Accra New Town on Sunday.
Unfortunately, we've lost 3. 20 are alive in various hospitals. We have police hospital, the 37 military hospital, Mamobi, and a private facility.
We have the latest as 20 others have been rescued alive, including a baby receiving treatment at various health facilities in the capital. Also coming up, Public Accounts Committee resumes sitting this morning on 68 billion arrears audit report after suspension of the probe last week.
I want to move on, so we have rescheduled from Monday to Thursday. We are hoping that we'll be able to finish and deliver the report, even though we cannot do it in the 3 weeks that has been stipulated for us.
In business,
government set to begin sale of 7-year bond today with an announcement of expected interest to be paid and targeted amount to be raised.
Also coming up, the Caribbean community outlines 10-point plan for reparative justice following Ghana's successful push that led to the United Nations declaring the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity.
This resolution is just the beginning. It's not an end. We will work with our partners to translate this moral victory into concrete outcomes.
These and more with me, Mami Esinyamiche Thompson. Details now. Now, 3 persons have been confirmed dead, with 20 others rescued from the wreckage of a collapsed 3-story building in Accra New Town on Sunday. The Ghana National Fire Service personnel were able to retrieve the victims trapped under the rubble with the help of other security services, including the police, military and ambulance service. The rescue team remained on site working to clear the debris. As at 9 p.m. last night, 1 person was reported dead and 13 others rescued. Here's Stephen Mensah's report.
At about 8:20 p.m., the remains of a female suspected to be in her 30s was dragged out lifeless from under the wreckage roughly 6 hours after the 3-story building collapsed. She was among several others who had gone to church on that fateful Sunday to worship. At about 2:30 p.m., when security services had arrived at the scene, the building had trapped worshippers, including a baby and a 5-year-old toddler. After about 5 hours of daunting work, 13 people, including the baby and the 5-year-old, were rescued alive but had suffered varying degrees of injuries and were later rushed to the hospital by an ambulance standing by.
As it stands now, we've been able to bring about 14 people out. One of them, unfortunately, a lady in the early 30s, has lost her life. What some of the people were able to bring at the scene, they were speculating about 30 people in there. We are working around the clock. We'll go home and come back tomorrow. We'll be here, even if it takes 2 days, we'll make sure that anybody who needs to be brought out will be brought out safely.
As investigations continue to unravel the reason behind the collapse, residents say the structures were weak with no major maintenance since it was constructed 16 years ago.
Everybody in the community knows that this building is very, very weak, and then they'll be allowing services and activities inside there, which is very bad. They should have known that, but look at what has happened today. The building has collapsed.
Government officials, including the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, Greater Accra Regional Minister Lindo Oklu, the Accra Mayor, Michael Pato Alote, and the former Interior Minister, Henry Corti, were at the scene to lend their support.
We just need a stronger vehicle which can lift the walls, the heavy concrete there. You can see the hand of a woman who even asked for water to drink a while ago. We pray that they are able to make it and survive.
Rescue efforts led by the Ghana National Fire Service continues until all persons trapped under the debris are evacuated.
Well, deep into the night, the number of deaths rose to 3 and 20 others rescued. Listen to Interior Minister Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak.
Put all the information together, and what we can say is that there was a total of 23. Unfortunately, we've lost 3. The 3 that we've lost are a male and 2 females. We are not able to tell names for now. And thank God, 20 are alive in various hospitals. We have police hospital, the 37 military hospital, Mamobi, and a private facility where we have all these 20 people. Out of the 23, the total number of females among them are 14, 15, with 8 being male. Out of these, we have minors that are 7, but those who have lost their life, there's no minor.
The Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey laces its boots against illegal mining, indicating that government's efforts to curb the menace is failing. The group says despite early assurances by President John Dramani Mahama, the country's forests continue to disappear, with a total of 50 forests now lost to the canker. Major rivers are heavily polluted and enforcement agencies appear either compromised or ineffective. And Joy News editor Fred Smith joins me in the studio with more on this. Fred, what are they demanding?
Well, Mamiasi, they want government to fully resource the Forestry Commission and immediately clamp down on illegal mining in critical areas like Etiwa, while also taking steps to protect places like the Achimota Forest. On water pollution, they are calling for the removal of all mining equipment from rivers like the River Pra, the River Brim, plus weekly public reports on water quality, so that Ghanaians know exactly what they are consuming. And they're also raising serious human rights concerns, asking government to protect environmental activities and investigate cases like the killing of young Pius Nketia in Cancer.
All right, Fred, thank you for that update. Well, President Mahama says the Caribbean community, CARICOM, already has a 10-point plan for reparative justice following Ghana's push, which has culminated in the United Nations declaration of the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Ababa reports.
The airport was abuzz with excitement as President John Mahama arrived with his delegation. The reception was led by the Vice President and the Chief of Staff alongside government ministers, traditional leaders and citizens from all over the country. The Vice President praised President Mahama for leading Africa's push for reparative justice, which was adopted at the United Nations, and commended his strong leadership and dedication to justice.
Your Excellency, on receiving the International Statesperson Award conferred on you only 2 days ago by the World Affairs Council of Philadelphia in recognition of your distinguished leadership in international affairs.
In his speech, President Mahama pointed out that the Caribbean community, CARICOM, already has a 10-point plan for reparative justice.
Ghana has once again demonstrated moral leadership on the global stage. This resolution is just the beginning. It's not an end. We will work with our partners to translate this moral victory into concrete outcomes.
The Public Accounts Committee of Parliament will this morning resume sitting on the 68 billion cedis government arrears audit report. The committee had to suspend sitting less than 2 hours into the probe on Tuesday to allow for the majority to go form quorum on the floor. There's more on the following report.
I'd like to bring our season to end. He walked in, he signed out the committee members. Once the ranking leaves and there's no allowed ranking, this meeting cannot continue.
Chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, Abunau Seasari, adjourned sitting on Tuesday to allow majority members to attend to business on the floor, a move that has generated reactions between both sides. While the minority believes this is an abuse of numbers, insisting businesses on both the floor and at committee should run concurrently, the majority also insists that whipping members from committee seating to pursue government business.
Ghana continues preparations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup today with an international friendly against Germany in Stuttgart. The match offers the Black Stars another high-level test as they build momentum towards the tournament in June. Ghana continues its preparations today with an international friendly in Stuttgart. The fixture adds another chapter to the history between the two sides. Germany beat Ghana 6-1 in a friendly in 1993, edged the Black Stars 1-0 at the 2010 FIFA World Cup, and drew 2-2 with Ghana in a memorable group stage clash at the 2014 World Cup. We'll bring you the latest in subsequent bulletins. That's all we have for you this morning. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump now.
Go, the go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
The go.
Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. And what can say? And they will get like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give your smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our Star Savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
What are you paying for? A delicious meal at the restaurant? Do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. Buying fuel for your car? Do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. Shopping online or at the mall? When you need to pay, do it with SG Ghana Visa Card. With a large network of merchants and payment points, the SG Ghana Visa Card is your secure and convenient way to get things done in Ghana. You can also use the SG Ghana Visa Card for secure online purchases. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa Card today. To find out more, call 0302 214 314. That's 0302 214 314.
Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Welcome back. It's 15 minutes past 6. You're live on the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. The 6 a.m. news is brought to you by Total Energies. Total will go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And as we heard in the news, the update is that 3 people have lost their lives, 20 rescued and taken to various hospitals for care. And James is here. Good morning, James. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm great. It's always good to see you. Good to see you, Papa James.
As Winston will always say, God is taking care of us.
God is taking care of his children.
Exactly.
And God is taking care of you, isn't he?
Oh yeah, God is.
Where were you yesterday morning when it was raining?
I think I was in my room. Then later I went to church. Yeah. So
you managed to go to church?
Yeah, I tried.
I see. Because a lot of my friends and family members who said they would go to church on Sunday didn't go to church because it rained.
Well,
and some of the churches I saw had just about a third or half of the population in church.
Well, it depends on it based on where you're coming from. If you're coming from certain places, which of course I wouldn't want to mention.
Why not?
You know what happens when you use the wager stretch, the wager castle stretch. You know when you use. Let me look at that's some very should I say flat prone areas where definitely there should be one way or the other. There should be an hindrance there. But if you're coming from a place like Kutubabi, Jolo, the East Legons, well, you should be able to go to church regardless.
I'm surprised that the wager SCC flooding problem has still not been solved.
I think somewhere last week it was just a 15-minute rain and the whole place was already
I'm surprised it's not been solved.
Wow.
I know we have created a problem. Yeah, we built a road and then we also allowed people to build on the hills. Okay, with no proper drainage and everything. We cleared the vegetation, but still we should be able to solve it.
I don't know what is the issue there because I mostly ply let me say Accra to Cape Coast road. Whenever you're going to Cape Coast and there is rain, you know that you are definitely going to spend some 1 or 2 hours. Before you add up to your original, let's say 3 hours journey to Cape Coast, making it 5 hours. Ordinarily, from Accra to Cape Coast should be somewhere 3 hours.
You mean 6 hours to Cape Coast?
Exactly.
Because of the road construction.
Exactly.
Anyway, and talking about engineering, it brings us to what is happening in Accra New Town.
Yeah.
That a building under construction in a school, which is used for church activities, collapsed yesterday whilst people are in the building, having their service. 3 people have died, 20 so far rescued and injured, taken to the hospital. This is not the first time this has happened. And with all the experiences we've had, I'm sad that this has happened and we've lost people.
I mean, this is not a kind of news you'd want to wake up early in the morning. And I mean, it's just disturbing. I've had the opportunity to cover stories with respect to the engineering institution, and there had been several concerns with respect to some of these structures. I don't know what is really wrong, who is not doing what right at this point in time. I think we should be asking questions, and we need some very critical answers to some of these questions. It's becoming one too many, and I think that there's the need for us to get to the bottom of all of this.
This morning we'll talk to the emergency response team and bring you more updates on that particular incident, and we also attempt to talk to some experienced built industry professionals, an architect, a structural engineer, to let us appreciate why these things happen and what we can do to prevent them. Especially you listening to me, everybody wants to own a house, so you may want to listen to the conversation to know what to look out for if you're even engaging people to build your own house. So who do we give the trumpet to this morning? Trumpet brought to us by ECG. Make sure you don't steal electricity. And if you see anybody stealing electricity, call the ECG hotlines, report the person, and ECG will reward you accordingly.
Well, for trumpet, sorry, let's just give it to the response team on the back of yesterday's incidents. I mean, Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, the National Disaster Management Organization,
ambulance service as well.
Ambulance service as well.
And the people in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Who went to help.
Yeah.
You see the videos, they don't have any safety gear. Our response teams are under-resourced, but they were there on time and they've helped to save some lives.
Maybe it would have been disastrous, or the numbers would have probably shot up. But I mean, regardless, it's
so to the ambulance service, the police service, fire service, NADMO, the various response teams that were on site to help.
Trumpets! Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, government set to begin sale of 7-year bond today with an announcement of expected interest to be paid and targeted amount to be raised. Also, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama assures policy rate review will be gradual to avoid being overtaken by inflation pressures. And still in this bulletin, Ghana Revenue Authority moves to resolve clearance challenges at the country's port due to some concerns with the new artificial intelligence system. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Joy Business Report. My name is James Ish, and let's settle for the details now. Government is today expected to formally launch the sale of its 7-year bond for the investing public. Key among what will be done today is the proposed expected interest to be paid and possibly amount targeted. There is more in this report.
Government is going ahead with the bond after the expiration of an earlier restriction due to the debt exchange program the country entered in 2022. Based on the bond issuance document, the financial institutions that are helping government issue the bonds will this morning be proposing to the Finance Ministry expected interest that they believe will make the offer successful, what some call the initial pricing guidance. Later today, these financial institutions will also start accepting bids from interested investors. Government is hoping to finalize the whole process by April 7, 2026, as well as complete the allotment to investors. These are strong indications that government could be targeting more than 10 billion cedis for a 7-year paper. On the secondary market, the old 7-year bond is trading at around 13%, a move market watchers will be looking forward to see, looking at the current state of the economy and whether the scars of the debt exchange program could affect the success of the offer.
And that was a business desk report. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Dr. Akoto Boateng assured investors that drastic measures have been instituted to prevent debt default in the future.
Going into the future, what we have seen in recent past does not happen again. Some of the things we've done, the reforms we've put in place, we have engraved them in law to the extent that this will ensure irreversibility. I have said to the team here at the Ministry of Finance that never again should Ghana default in the servicing of our debt. As a result, you can see the steps we have taken is pointing to a track record of fiscal and debt discipline. This track record is there for all of you to see.
Finance Minister Dr. Akoto Boateng speaking. Still on the board issuance, partner at financial services firm Deloitte Yaulate is worried that government could be forced to pay more interest to investors to secure the targeted amount.
There are some risks that government need to manage as it goes through the process, and the clear indication, or the first indication of whether the market is ready. So government is ready to raise the bond, the economy may be ready, but whether the market is ready to subscribe to it. And I give a very good example. So the last BOG tender for long-dated bonds, the subscription was about 35% short of what the target was. So the government was seeking to raise about 5 billion. They were only able to raise 3.27 billion. So what it means is that the market is only ready or significantly ready for short-dated bonds.
Yaulate's partner at financial services firm Deloitte Ghana. Now, Finance Ministry is hoping to raise a little over 15 billion cedis in fresh borrowing through the issuance of bonds and treasury bills from this month to June this year. According to the new issuance calendar, government plans to use the funds raised to support the budget while rolling over existing debt. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, for the second week running, government failed to meet its treasury bills target. Bank of Ghana's auction result showed that government recorded 20.14% under subscription of its auction target. Details in the following business desk report. According to the auction result,
The government got 3.93 billion Ghana cedis, as against the target of 4.93 billion. Have accepted 3.23 billion Ghana cedis of the bid. The most subscribed was a 91-day bill, as 2.55 billion Ghana cedis of the bid were tendered, representing 64.7% of the total bid. However, the uptake was 2.21 billion Ghana cedis. For the 182-day bill, 762.97 million Ghana cedis of the bids were tendered. The bids accepted were 661 million Ghana cedis. The 364-day bill recorded bids of about 625.12 million Ghana cedis. The uptake was 359.17 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, interest rates surged once again on the yield curve. The yield on the 91-day bill increased by 3 basis points to 4.81%. That of the 182-day bill also went up to 6.62% from 6.36% the preceding week. Similarly, the yield on the 364-day bill inched up by 19 basis points to 9.77%.
And that was the business desk report. Away from that, oil marketing firm Zen Petroleum could be making history as one of the few oil firms to have undertaken one of the largest initial public offering. This is because its parent company Zen Petroleum Holdings is working to raise some 640 million cedis from the public, and the offer, which started last week Wednesday and will end tomorrow. Now, there are clear indications that the offer could even be oversubscribed from investors. Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority has moved to resolve with recent clearance challenges at the port that some agents were linking to the artificial intelligence system. There is more in this report.
Before the introduction of the artificial intelligence system to help in tax assessment of goods exported and imported, customs officials used to assist the agents in getting their documentations right at the ports. However, an earlier decision to hold that some 2 weeks ago resulted in some serious delays at the country's ports. However, the Ghana Revenue Authority last decided to reverse the directive and is now assisting the agents to get their documentations right. The move is expected to deal with the challenge that came up some 2 weeks ago. According to government, the introduction of this new artificial intelligence system has helped in dealing with the under-declaration of imports and exports, now putting fresh assessment at reaching at more than $3 million a day, far higher than what the customs officials were getting previously when it comes to the introduction of this new artificial intelligence system to aid in tax assessment of goods imported as well as those that are exported from the country's ports.
And that was a news desk report. To the Central Bank now, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama has given the firm assurance that policy rate review will be gradual to avoid being overtaken by inflationary pressures. The bank earlier this month cut the policy rate by some 150 basis points to 14%. However, there are some businesses that are not satisfied as they push for more. But speaking in the Post-Monetary Policy Committee explanation, the governor explained that they have adopted a step-by-step approach.
Inflation has come down significantly. Policy should reflect that progress. But we are moving carefully. The global environment has become more uncertain, especially with tensions in the Middle East. This is affecting oil prices. We have focus now is to protect them while supporting the rate. But we will move step by step. Reducing rates too quickly could bring inflation back, and we want to ensure that the relief people are beginning to feel is sustained.
Dr. Johnson Isiama is the governor at the Bank of Ghana. Still within the banking space, and the National Investment Bank has finally returned to profitability with earnings after tax for last year shot up significantly to reach record levels. The audited financial statement released by the bank showed that its profit reached 348 million Ghana cedis. Winston Taki has the rest of the story.
This marks a significant jump from the 2.8 million cedis recorded in 2024 and comes as the bank publishes its first audited financial statement in over a decade. The performance was driven by robust growth in core banking income, with operating income rising sharply to 885.5 million cedis. Net interest income more than tripled, supported by improved lending and higher asset yields. The bank also returned to operating profitability, posting 275.4 million cedis compared to a loss the previous year. Its balance sheet strengthened while the bank moved from a negative equity position to a positive equity of 1.55 billion cedis. Capital adequacy also improved significantly to over 54%, well above regulatory requirements.
My colleague Winston Taki with that report. Now let's find out how your investment on the Ghana Stock Exchange will perform this week from Kathleen Dazi of Databank Research.
Last week, trading activity on the stock market indicated a reversal of the recent uptick with 12 equities against 3 gains. Top laggards were Ecobank Ghana, Fan Milk and Societe Generale, while Atlantic Lithium, Goil and CPC gained. As a result, the Ghana Stock Exchange composite gain of 48.1%, while the Databank Stock Index declined to a year-to-date return of 66.3%. Weekly turnover increased to 385.6 million Ghana cedis after trading 75.1 million shares over 22 counters. On outlook for this week, we expect the share prices of Republic Bank, GCB Bank, SIC, ETI, Societe Generale, and Fan Milk to decrease further. For Joy Business Report, Caitlin Dazi of Databank Research.
And that's how your investment to fare on the Ghana Stock Exchange this week. Now let's do some commodity news now, as crude oil is still going up on the international market, selling this morning at $115 a barrel. Gold also went up marginally and it's going for $4,513 an ounce, and cocoa is trading at $3,165 a ton. To some currency news now, the dollar is going for 11 cedis, 30 pesos this morning. That's the rate some of the major commercial banks are offering to their clients. The British pound is going for 14 cedis, 85 pesos. The euro is trading at 12 cedis, 80 pesos. The forex bureaus are selling the dollar at 11 cedis, 84 pesos. And that's all for the Joy Business Report with me, James Shen. Kojo.
Yes, James. Thank you for bringing us the Joy Business Report. It's brought to us by Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. I think you should add cashew prices to the commodity prices.
Yeah,
you should add cashew
prices
to the
commodity
prices. Yes, because this is cashew season in Ghana.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I mean there is some good money there.
Yes, we expect to get about $400 million from cashew annually. So you need to add it so that my mother in Nkransa will know the global price, and so when the buyers come, she will know how to negotiate, even though True Crop says the thing is 12 cedis per kilo. No, you need to add that.
Yeah, very necessary.
Thank you for bringing us the Joy Business Report. It's now time for our inspirational song, and we are taking something from Brian Kofo and Perez Music, a Ga Afro Praise medley. Enjoy this one.
Sorry, Pakran. Yeah.
music from Perez Music and Brian Kofor. Title of the song is Ga Afro Praise. It's 6:36. You are still on the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng, and this is a manic Monday indeed, because there's a lot to talk about, but very little time. And we'll start our conversations this morning from Accra New Town, where we have a collapsed building. We'll bring you updates on that. And we'll talk to some of the professionals in the built industry to understand what might have caused that particular collapse. It's early days yet, but we want to wrap our heads around the possible engineering failures when it comes to this particular building. We'll look at some of the legal issues as well later here on the Super Morning Show. Now, drive safe. Every morning is brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality, Imperial General Assurance, Solid Protection. Always avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. And talking about safety, please make sure you are wearing your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelt. Ensure that the children in the vehicle this morning are also wearing their seatbelts. Make sure every passenger in your vehicle this morning is wearing their seatbelts. The seatbelt was designed to keep us safe in vehicles. So make sure before the car moves, all seatbelts are fastened. So if you are moving right now and seatbelts are not fastened, park your vehicle, ensure everybody fastens their seatbelts so you can keep everybody safe in your vehicle today. And for your fuel tip for the morning, check your LPG hose, your regulator and valve today. If you see cracks, cuts, dryness or rust, replace them immediately. A tiny leak can become a massive fire. Prevention is cheaper than regrets. So always make sure you do these things to keep you safe in your home, in your restaurant, in your kitchen, in your office when it comes to gas. Now Say It Right is always brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are hallmarks. Societe General Bank Ghana. The future is you. Teacher Kofi is on break today. When Teacher Kofi returns, I'll assume my position as a student. But remember that Say It Right all the time is brought to you by Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited. It's your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices. They've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can shop now by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically going to any of their branches. It's hassle-free. They will arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. They also offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark. New Super Review is coming up next. And this morning, the big story is the building collapse in Accra New Town. 3 people dead, about 20 taken to various hospitals for healthcare. And I'll be talking to a structural engineer in a couple of minutes here on the Super Morning Show to understand what might have caused the collapse. Early days yet, but we can wrap our heads around some of the possible causes of these things and lessons we can all learn. Later on the show, we'll be delving deeper and bringing you more updates. But this year, no more waiting, no more managing small. We go mega from Yatisu BM and Yatisu promo. Societe General Ghana is here with a mega loans promo with even lower and more competitive rates. And from now till July 2026, apply and enjoy big loans at small rates. Yes, very low rates and a fast hassle-free process that helps you to get moving sooner. So visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302-214-314 for more details about the SG Ghana Mega Loans promo today. Terms and conditions apply. Societe General Ghana, the future is you. And if you are hitting the road, make sure you have total peace of mind. And Imperial General Assurance is giving you that Sempa Super promo. It's packed with goodies from Imperial General Assurance, and it's from 1st January to 30th of April. So you still have more time to sign up for the Asempa Super promo. Call 0577-667-4368 for more information, or speak to your broker or visit any of the agents nationwide. Insure, drive and win big with Imperial. Follow them on social media for all updates. T's and C's apply. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection. Kweku Asante is here. Good morning, Kweku. How are you?
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
It's always great to see you.
Yeah, it's always great to see you as well.
And I love your suit.
Oh wow.
Yes.
This suit Thank you.
Future ESQ, papa. Anyway, there's been a building collapse in Accra New Town, and I have Engineer Sam Chi on the line to give us some perspectives as to what could have resulted in this collapse. But before I talk to him, let's listen to the Interior Minister when he visited the site and the updates he gave.
Put all the information together, and what we can say is that there was a total of 23. Unfortunately, we've lost 3. The 3 that we've lost are a male and 2 females. We are not able to tell names for now. And thank God, 20 are alive in various hospitals. We have police hospital, the 37 military hospital, Mamobi, and a private facility where we have all these 20 people. Out of the 23, the total number of females among them are 14, 15, with 8 being male. Out of these, we have minors that are 7, but those who have lost their life, there's no minor.
So that was the voice of the Interior Minister, the Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, giving us updates as at yesterday. We have ADO1 Alex Kinati, the PRO of the Ghana National Service, with us on the line, and also Engineer Samuel Chi. He's a structural engineer. Let's take the latest from the ground from ADO1 Alex Kinati. Alex, good morning. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm a member of the PR department.
You're a member of the PR department, not the PRO. Thank you for the correction. All the same, thank you so much for joining us this morning. What can you tell us this morning? What's the latest from Accra New Town?
Okay, so thank you very much for having me. So as of yesterday, we were able to successfully finish with the operation. That was around somewhere around 12 a.m. We were able to successfully, as our sector minister advisedly said, we were able to rescue 20 people alive, including 2 minors, one 1-year-old girl, and then one other girl who looked like a 5-year-old girl. But thankfully they are alive, and then they are responding to treatment. So 20 of them were rescued alive, and 3 other people were, as we see in fire service, they were reported. So until the doctor certifies that they are dead, so 3 of them have lost their lives, while 20 are alive, thankfully.
Can you give us a sense of the number of people in the building when it collapsed?
Well, at the time it collapsed, there was check service going on. From what we gathered at the scene, the check starts at 12 p.m. So as at the time the collapse happened, the church was going on. So when we brought the people out, the survivors were speculating that they may be up to 30 people. But as at the time we were able to finish the operation, we were able to conclude that there were only 23. As at this time, we're still carrying out the debris clearing the debris to be sure that just maybe the sniffer dogs that we brought, we know that they've concluded that there's no one down there, but with clearing the debris, maybe something might come up. But for now, I can confidently say that the operation is successful, and we'll say it's a success because unfortunately 3 people that lost their lives. We are very much sorry about their loss, but 20 people were rescued alive, and I would say that's a win because by God's grace we were able to get them alive.
Which part of the building was being used for the church service? Was it the whole ground floor or just a portion of the ground floor?
No, so from what we gathered, the 3rd floor was the place that was being used for the church service.
So the people were upstairs, not downstairs?
Yes, please. From what we gathered, that the people were upstairs. But investigations are still ongoing. But this is preliminary information that I've received that I'm confirming with you.
Thank you, Alex. Now let me bring in Engineer Sam Chi. Engineer, good morning. How are you?
Very well, by God's grace.
So from Alex's updates, the 3rd floor of the building was being used for a church service, and you've seen photos and videos of the service of the building. As a structural engineer, what are your initial comments?
Okay, thank you for having me, and I'm so grateful. From the update I've received so far, it means it's a 3-story when we talk about the UK standard, and then 4-story the American standard. Now, from the update received, it means the church was being held on the ground floor.
No, Alex said it was being held on the 3rd floor.
3rd floor, okay,
Yeah.
3rd floor. And then building of this nature, what I can say is that we have a system of columns, beams, and slab. We transfer loads down. And as they are at the top, I'm sure the noise, the vibration, the dancing, and all of that contributed to the vibration of the building, and then later on collapsing. That is what I can say about it.
Could the early morning rains have contributed to any uneven settlement of the foundation as well?
Okay. Looking at the collapse, if the building collapsed floor on floor, it will suggest it is from the columns.
Okay.
But when it collapsed in a V form, then we will suspect the beam or the slab. Now, the exposure of the building for several years, and then the building can also contribute to the collapse, because moisture into the structural members will make it weaker and will allow it to give way as it collapses.
So ideally, if you are building a structure like this, you would want to finish early. You'd want to complete all your structural work, your partitioning, your plastering, and your painting to protect the reinforcement, which is the iron rods in the building, to keep it strong and to keep it going.
Yes, please.
Engineer
the truth about the matter is that the structural member itself has a cover to the reinforcements. And then the final finishes also help to improve upon its durability. But one common thing in the market now is that most of our concrete products are very porous, and then the recommended mix or the strength is not always achieved that warrant for such things to happen. So it will be advisable to be checking the ratio of concrete being used, or better still, buy it from a company. Then you can be sure of the strength of the concrete.
Engineer Samchi and ADO1 Alex Kenati, thank you so much this morning for giving us updates and perspectives on the building collapse in Accra Newtown. Kweku.
Very tragic incident. For me, the answers will be demanded, obviously, but I think this morning, all of us are mourning. 3 people so far, according to the Interior Minister's count, having been confirmed dead, and it is tragic. These are people who woke up like all of us on a Sunday morning, looking forward to the day, and then this very tragic incident, and they've lost their lives. And so this morning we mourn with their families, we condole with them, particularly also those who are injured. We wish them very speedy recovery so that they can all get back and then do all the things that they had to do. We also have to really thank the fire service, the ambulance service. They were on hand all night, all evening. We're getting reports. They were there. They were working with all the lack of tools. They still managed to bring out a lot of people who were trapped. So very, very, very great work done by the fire service, the police, ambulance service, and all those first responders who were there yesterday to ensure that these people, because without them, perhaps we would lose more lives as more people are trapped under the rubble. So that is it for this morning. But hopefully, when this morning period is over, we have to demand answer. This is not the first time we've had such a building collapse. We always do around this. We don't see much in reports, implement it, then we move on until the next building collapse. It's almost like a cycle in terms of what we do here. It's not how you build a nation.
And we'll bring you more updates and more analysis on the building collapse here on the Super Morning Show. Now, the newspaper review is brought to you by Syntex Tank, Strong, Tough, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Happy Smile, Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all, and enterprise your advantage. And remember that the online news review is also brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest. You're going to put both the newspaper review and the online news review together. And if you're managing your church or ministry, it requires a banking partner that truly understands your mission. Zenith Bank Ghana Limited has introduced a Zenith Church Premium Account, a tailored financial solution for churches and ministries. Enjoy free Sunday cash pickups, loans at concessionary rates, full cash management services, and expert investment advice for your ministry's growth. Let Zenith Bank handle your church's finances while you focus on transforming lives. You can sign up for the Zenith Bank Church Premium Account today. Talk to them on 0542 000111 or 0302 680 884, or visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Koku,
so let's do daily guide. There's a big story. 73 billion cedi sole source road contracts under fire. Comes with a picture of the roads minister. That's on the front page of daily guide. Quicken Bogoso Pristia mine redevelopment. The chiefs are talking. I think there was a protest there. Africa's AI policy must be Africa's AI policy response must be borderless. That is Baumia who is speaking at the LLC over the weekend. And then Sunday floods displace Accra residents, all on the front page of Daily Guide.
If you go to the Daily Graphic, government to distribute improved tomato variety seeds to farmers. The question is when? The other question is what quantities? And the other question is what investments are we making in post-harvest technology to ensure we don't grow and lose all that? Omnibasic Bank delivers 104% profit growth. Assets deposits double in 2025, and customs AI rakes in millions a day. Revenue projected to increase with full rollout, and trade minister advances nation's interest at WTO conference. There's another interesting story in the Daily Graphic. High Court bars former chief of air staff from Chadoland. You know, land issues and
Chadoland.
Yes, and Ghana faces German World Cup test. Otuado assures of strong
Germany now Austria crying who's in Germany and papa. Government floats new 7-year bond today. Majority caucus against accountability and transparency. That is Kojo Akoto speaking. Build, scale, and complete. Dr. Baumia urges Africa to move from pilots to full-scale AI systems. And then MTN eyes digital banking license in Ghana. That is Mopita Ralph, the president of the MTN group. And then energy lockdowns sweep the globe. Ghana yet to act.
That would practically become the biggest bank if MTN starts a digital bank. I mean, if you look at their numbers with MTN Momo. Incredible, Charlie. Let's go to
billions in there.
Yeah, the Ghanaian publisher. Big push, big loot, storm deepens. There's a photo of the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwame Governs Agboja, and this morning we'll be asking more questions and interrogating the single sourcing issues a bit more here on the show. And Africa risks missing out on AI revolution. This is former Vice President Baumia speaking. We won't be silenced or cowed. Apenya Markin fires warning. And Julius Debra mourns tomato trader Yaya.
The publisher, that is the new publisher, Apostolic Fathers back Mahama, Ghana's textiles not for sale. That is the story from the US when Lincoln University decided that they were no longer going ahead with honoring the president with an honorary degree. Suhini drops bombshell. NDC government can't avoid scandals. Well, very interesting from Newsfile. Baumia in London. Africa risks missing AI revolution. And then Watchman shoots thief over fuel. Well, so far I've done 3 papers, and Dr. Baumia's AI speech from the London School of Economics and Political Science really making some waves in there.
And the Today newspaper grafts poor taxes stifle local government. This is the NDPC chair, Nimoy Thompson, speaking. And Mahama is telling the international community, respect us.
Yeah.
Respect us.
Let me do this final one with me. The graphic business. Advanced Ghana earns client protection certificate. MIF engages editors to deepen understanding of amended act. And then the Ghana Stock Exchange suffers sharp fall despite 2026 strong start. And then return to bond market. Boon for domestic debt liquidity. As analysis by Kwame Lawe and Elizabeth Nyadu Edu. The front page of the Daily Graphics business.
The BNFT GCB Bank strengthens market leadership with record 3.2 billion Ghana cedis in profits in 2025. Charlie, the profits, you know. And Omnibasic Bank delivers 104% profit growth. Assets and deposits double in 2025. Is GSC pullback healthy? Correction after 80% year-to-date rally. Profit taking triggers 55 billion Ghana cedi drain, but investors expect a better than 2025 performance. This is the Ghana Stock Exchange. And Advance received silver level client certification from MFR. And how GRA is reshaping tax regime to support investments. Those are stories from the BNFT. We can go online quickly.
If you check the front page of my Joy Online.com, the top story is 3 dead, 20 hospitalized in Accra New Town building. Interior Minister speaking there. From promised jobs to the front lines, how Ghanaian recruits signed irregular Russian military contract. And then ministers storm Accra New Town collapse site as rescue intensifies. And yesterday we were seeing videos of Henry Cotti, the former Interior Minister. He said they sacked him like a goat. Like, seriously. He said they were sacking him, national security,
he wasn't
and the
allowed
police
to be on the site, and he was.
They said they are playing politics, and this story has his picture there. And then we knew it was weak. Residents say after deadly Accra New Town collapse. End of raw gold exports. Sami Jemfi announces major shift to refining.
And citynewsroom.com has the story of Accra New Town as well. 3 dead, 20 rescued after building collapse in Accra New Town. Mahama to engage CSOs on accountability anti-corruption. And Galamsey fight failing despite early warning. This is GCAG warning. And Ghana's education must protect identity and inspire leadership. This is Kisi Ejabin speaking. So those are some of the stories from the online
Let me do this quick one in the Daily Guide. And I mean, this is one of the stories that we report annually. If you take any paper, every time you'd see that. Sunday floods displace Accra residents. Story by Prince Fifi York says Accra residents living in flood-prone communities like Accra Central, Asylum Down, Circle, Dansuman, Weja, Kaneshi, Adabraka, and Tema have been displaced after 3-hour heavy rains yesterday. That is Sunday, March 29. The floods submerged their homes and vehicles, among other properties, as many of these victims called for urgent medical rescue operations. Major roads, including the Accra Kumasi Highway and the Kaswa Winneba Highway, became impassable, leaving vehicles stuck, while other locations, traffic built up as drivers struggled to navigate through the floodwaters.
You know, I've been talking about we planning for flooding.
Yeah.
And one of the main things I used as a cause of concern or as a point of concern is the road construction ongoing within the country, right?
Yeah.
When there's a lot of construction happening, drainage is affected. And so I hope local government, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Housing, they are talking to GMET.
Yes.
And getting the predictions and putting in place strategies. Because this rain we saw yesterday is going to happen again, because GMET has given us the general update for the year, but we need a specific weekly so that we plan.
Yeah.
And yes, sir, this year too, flooding will wipe a lot of our investments.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and say, oh, never again, never again. We cannot say never again when you don't plan for it.
Yeah.
That's why weather reports and weather updates are important.
Yeah. You have to use them. You have to use them to advantage.
Yeah. And Kweku, the bank's reporting 104% profit and 3.2 billion Ghana cedis in profit.
It's not easy.
Is it time for the banks to reduce their profit expectations and lend lower to us? Because Stanley 3.2, they should spread the money for us to chop some.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go for the BBC News, which is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, and Glyco, we cushion you for life, and your salary always deserves better. So switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits: lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Call them on 0800 003 355 or visit fidelitybank.com.gh for more. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Coming up from the BBC World Service, The Interview. Conversations with people shaping our world, with me, BBC presenter Victoria Uwonhunda. Mohammed Idris is Nigeria's information minister, speaking after a wave of deadly suicide bombings. The violence has raised fresh questions about security and whether the authorities are able to prevent it. He insists they are.
Well, I don't think they failed. I think that more work needs to be done. But indeed, Nigerian security agencies are working around the clock to ensure that this does not happen again. I mean, we don't want to see people being attacked. We don't want to see people, denied sleep as a result of the activities of these criminals and religious extremists. So Nigeria will work with our regional partners. Will work with others to bring peace to not just Nigeria but the entire region.
Mohammed Idris, hear more on The Interview after the news.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. President Trump has continued to give mixed messages on Iran, saying a deal on ending the war might be reached soon, but also suggesting the US could seize a key oil terminal. Thousands of US Marines are now in the Middle East, with special forces and paratroopers on the way. Tom Bateman reports from Washington.
The president is considering anything from a raid on Iran's oil export terminal, Karg Island, to an audacious but likely implausible operation to seize its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. Speaking on Air Force One last night, he said Iran was ready to hand it over, and if not, it wouldn't have a country anymore. Iran's Parliamentary Speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, suggested Mr. Trump was using talk of negotiations as cover for planning a ground attack, saying Iran would not accept surrender and its men were waiting for the American soldiers to set them on fire.
The Israeli military says it's been carrying out new waves of attacks across Tehran. Earlier, there were reports of widespread power cuts in the Iranian capital and in the nearby city of Karaj. James Waterhouse reports from Jerusalem.
Despite the continued heavy airstrikes by Israel and the US, Iran is still able to hit back at either Israel or the Gulf states with drone and missile attacks of its own. The Iranians hit a power station and water plant in Kuwait, killing a worker, according to officials there. Saudi Arabia says it intercepted 5 ballistic missiles. The Iranians have also threatened to target US universities across the Middle East.
Indonesia has confirmed that one of its peacekeepers was killed in Lebanon on Sunday. The Foreign Ministry said the soldier, who'd been serving as part of a United Nations force, had been hit by indirect artillery fire. The UN said it didn't know where the attack came from. Israeli troops have been fighting Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Israel says the move is part of an expansion of a security buffer zone to eliminate the threat from Hezbollah. Lina Sanjab is in Beirut.
Israel's plans to expand ground operations in Lebanon are worrying hundreds of thousands of people living in the south. Civilians are trapped in a war that Hezbollah decided to start, and they have no choice but to pay the price. The Lebanese government seems unable to find a solution to the crisis. Last week, it ordered the departure of Iran's ambassador, who was supposed to leave on Sunday, but he rejected the decision, something that shows the weakness of this government and the influence of Iran-backed Hezbollah.
A Russian tanker carrying hundreds of thousands of barrels of crude oil is expected to dock in Cuba this week after President Trump told journalists he had no problem with Russia sending fuel to the island. The US imposed a fuel blockade in January and had threatened sanctions on any country that delivered crude oil to Cuba. It's not clear if his remarks are a reversal of policy. BBC News. The Australian Cabinet has approved measures to help consumers with the price of fuel in a move that will cost about $2.5 billion Australian dollars. The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, said the government would halve the excise duty on fuel and diesel for 3 months. A man wanted for the killing of 2 police officers in rural Australia 7 months ago has been shot dead. Desmond Freeman was killed by armed police at a property in northeast Victoria. Simon Atkinson reports.
7 months ago, Desi Freeman vanished into a rugged national park after shooting 3 officers who'd arrived at his home with an arrest warrant. What followed was one of the country's biggest manhunts, with a $1 million Australian dollar reward for information. Earlier this year, Victoria Police revealed they strongly believed Freeman was dead, but they hadn't entirely ruled out that he was being harboured or was hiding in the rough terrain, which detectives conceded he knew far better than them. Police say he was killed after refusing to surrender during a 3-hour standoff.
Myanmar's new parliament has nominated General Min Aung Hlaing, the man who led the military coup 5 years ago, to be the next president. He's now certain to be confirmed in the role later this week. The parliament is dominated by the military after a general election from which most opposition parties were excluded. There's no indication the new administration will end the violent suppression of those who oppose the military. China and North Korea have resumed direct flights between their capitals following a 6-year pause in a further sign of strengthening ties. An Air China flight left Beijing on Monday morning for the roughly 2-hour flight to Pyongyang. Travel had been severely restricted between the two neighbours since the COVID pandemic. North Korea is not open to most tourists, so only travellers on official business or other special purposes can make the journey. Earlier this month, regular passenger train services between the countries restarted. BBC News.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. Hey. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank. Oh, okay. And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I day your side, Fidelity.
Imagine giving birth without clean water. No water to wash hands, no sanitation, no hygiene. Yet, this is the reality for thousands of mothers every day. When healthcare facilities lack clean water, mothers and newborns face life-threatening infections. But this crisis has a solution. Clean water, decent toilets, good hygiene in every healthcare facility. Leaders have made promises. Now is the time to keep them. It's time to deliver clean water for every woman, every baby, every future. Follow WaterAid Ghana on social media. Raise your voice. It is time to deliver.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when the children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
No, stop action, mommy. All the learning and sports demands a lot of energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kids have been very active.
Hey, Asamo!
Your jams need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. Milo! This app is FDA approved.
You see, big push, and the label is there. Ministry of Roads and Highways, big push program, 2025-2027. Here is a company sole sourced for a contract. If you look at the company's own clearance certificate as included in the contract, this company says they have 4 workers. So sourced for big push contract. We are told no wheelbarrows.
Which company is that?
So I didn't want to mention companies, but since you want, this is Mr. Sanam. They are doing projects in your constituency.
Sanam doesn't have 4 workers.
I am not saying it. This is the contract.
I mean, everybody knows. Anybody.
This is a contract.
What do you say to the document?
Yeah, but this is
but you go. But I'm just telling you that some of these
they made a mistake. Why did you sign it? Some of them.
So is that debilitating? Is that anyway?
It is. As a procurement person, when I am assessing
Sanam doesn't have 4 workers.
On 25th. In fact, in their own data that they published, if you look at the date of awards, they are even inconsistent with the dates that their contracts were signed. So You know Sanam because they are working in your constituency, and apart from that, you are a deputy minister, so you deal with them. I don't know. If I'm evaluating the contract that you have signed, I am going by the documents in it. Fair. Right? There's even one here that says one worker. One.
Which company again?
This company is, so you may help us. This is Mrs. Build Managers Limited. One, it is here in the contract that you have signed. When I say you, I mean your ministry.
They are doing a contract worth how much?
This one is doing a contract worth 146 million. And there's even a lot about this contract that if time allowed, I would have indicated. Because the 146, 30 million is allocated for the maintenance of the Department of Federal Rules headquarters. The road contract, 30 million. The project you have signed, 30 million of it is supposed to go to maintenance of Department of Federal Rules headquarters. And it is not only this contract. In this other contract, 5 million is allocated for the same purpose, maintenance of the Department of Federal Rules headquarters. And I'm not talking about even the cars and so on that are provided for. So if you are signing contracts that indicates in the slip clearance certificate, indicates that someone has 4 employees, someone has 1 employee, and you are telling us that you are giving the contracts to contractors who are not wheelbarrow contractors, but contractors with capacity. Are you being honest and are you being truthful to the people of Ghana? How did a one company with 1 employee go through restrictive tendering?
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
You won't believe where my students and I are coming from.
I can see the excitement on your face. Tell me where.
Safari Eco Park. They are making it so accessible for schools, offering an unforgettable experience where students learn in nature, connect with wildlife, and truly engage with their surroundings.
Wow, that sounds amazing. But I'm a bit concerned about the cost.
I thought the same at first, but it's actually very affordable. Through a collaboration between Multimedia Group and Safari World, it is just 100 Ghana cedis for primary schools and secondary schools, and 150 Ghana cedis for tertiary schools. This is from February all the way to the end of April.
Oh, that's reassuring. And it's not too far either.
Exactly. It's only an hour drive from Accra, so the trip is convenient and stress-free for both teachers and students.
I love that the children get to learn through experience, not just textbooks, and the teachers can go along and come back relaxed as well. I'm definitely going to recommend this to our school. It sounds like the perfect blend of fun and education.
It really is. It's the kind of experience students never forget.
My name is Jonathan, a customer of Enterprise from 2017. Just this January, I bought a new car, so I decided to insure it. And I got a call. I've won a trip to the US for the ultimate football experience. What? I've won? I was shocked. So I have a choice to either go to Mexico, US, or Canada. You could be next, so let's go together.
Jonathan is our first lucky winner of the ultimate football experience in the Insure Not Chili promo, and you could be next. Don't wait. Buy or renew your motor insurance with Enterprise Insurance and stand a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience live at the stadium. Plus, you can win instant rewards like fuel coupons, airtime, and branded souvenirs. Promo runs till end of May 2026. Enterprise Insurance, your reliable insurance company, tried and tested for 102 years since 1924. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise, your advantage.
Syntax Tango! Syntax, hey, tough, very strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, tough, very strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start. Syntax Tango!
business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
And this is music from Amachi Dede, Iron Boy. Odoma common de me. Adia dins inside yedin so ya enye yida. Charlie, Amachi Dede. Get vibes. And it's 19 past 7. You are still live on the Super Morning Show here on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I'm here with Kukwa Santi. And we are running from now till 10 o'clock. We have a lot coming up this morning. So far, we've brought you updates from Accra New Town related to the school building that collapsed. 3 people, we are told, have lost their lives. 20 people taken to the hospital. At the moment, we don't have the total number of people who were in the building when it collapsed. One confirmation we have is also that the church service was happening on the 3rd floor of the building. And what we know so far is that the building is uncompleted. What you see is there is a building which has columns, which is pillars and beams. So the technical term for pillars is columns, right? With beams. It doesn't have any cladding, any walls constructed. So it's just a skeletal structure. And this building is used for church services as well as is undergoing construction. It's a school building on a school compound. Now, the big question I have this morning is, does this building has a permit?
Yeah.
Does it have a permit? Was it approved by the assembly? If it was approved, in the public interest, can the assembly release the designs for the building, the structural considerations and all? And do building inspectors regularly go around to check on the construction? And is it being built up to standard? What type of reinforcement was being used? What was the quality of the construction, the concrete, everything? These will be very important to let us know what really is happening. And later this morning, I'll personally drive to the place to also check a few things, you know. And later this morning, we'll also talk to some other professionals for a bit more perspective into this particular issue. And later on the show as well, when Fentio joins us, he'll be bringing us what the sports people say, the 4-1-1s on the Black Stars. We lost 5-1 against Austria.
And this evening we are playing Germany.
Germany.
That is perhaps we lose 7-0 this evening. Already our coach is talking about how we may not find the right back.
We've played Germany before and we've not lost 7-0 before. So that is not going to happen.
German side that with Otoado as our coach, we just don't play. I mean, Friday.
But Otoado is from Germany.
Yes, but that's even worse.
He played and coaches in Germany. So he knows the German system.
Hopefully.
And after this 5-1 loss to Austria, we would have made some changes, you know. So we'll bring you updates on the Black Stars. And are you confident in the current Black Stars team? Or this is normal? We've seen it before the World Cup in 2006, before the 2012. We've seen it before, so we will learn our lessons, regroup, and do better. Let's know your thoughts. And also, road tolls are coming back. There are some people against it. The transport operators say they are for the road tolls. And are you ready to pay road tolls? Are you ready to contribute to road maintenance and more road-related investments? Your thoughts are welcome as well on the show. And look, the big push, the single sourcing, is it really, really, really what we needed to do to ensure we constructed this transformational infrastructure project? Could we have done it in a different way? Suhuni's excuse that the fact that they spoke about the big push, single sourcing and sole sourcing as a bad thing, doesn't mean that they doing it indicates any form of corruption. So when you said it was bad, when you said single sourcing or sole sourcing was bad, what made you say it was bad?
Yeah. And what did you mean?
What did you mean? Yeah. You say something is bad 3-4 years ago or whatever, then you are caught doing the same thing. I said because you said it was bad, it doesn't mean you doing it indicates any form of corruption.
So I think now there's a dichotomy being created between hypocrisy and corruption. So he can say, okay, well, I was a hypocrite by saying that I was not going to do that, and I've done it. That doesn't mean there's any underhand dealings. And of course, corruption is a very high bar. To prove that certain people have been corrupt is a high bar. But in public policy, in the kind of conversations we're having about building our country, all of us, both from the NPP, NDC, those of us journalists, civil society, we all agree that single sourcing is bad because of certain inherent risks within it. That is the corruption it can lead to, because it also leads to the state being shortchanged. Because if you are not doing competitive bidding and you are just calling one company and saying that this is $100 million, go and build this road, instead of saying, opening it up, somebody can tell you that I can do this to this quality at $84 million. That means the state can save about $16 million there. So sourcing is not bad in and of itself. There's a reason why in the law it is allowed. But on what basis do we use sole source every now and then? That's a kind of conversation. So it's not always about, okay, corruption. That's the kind of public discourse we're having. But the state itself, is the state getting value for the money we are pouring into some of these roads? Vis-a-vis also, and I think it's important, when politicians say something at one point, especially when in the opposition and seeking power, it's important that they stick to that. You don't, you just can't change around and say, okay, well, we are empowered, we are seeing the situation differently, we are doing something else, and then, okay, well, you can accuse me of being a hypocrite, but I'm not being corrupt. I think the standard should be a bit elevated.
You see the way you lawyers or law students and the lawyers, when you're interpreting the law, sometimes people are able to interpret it to suit their needs and their case, right? Even the Bible, the Quran, some of the religious texts, different people interpret it to suit their needs. Adia bakope is something you cannot change. Engineering stuff. 1 kilometer is always 1 kilometer. 1 gram is always 1 gram. If you have well calibrated machines or tools, your 1 kilometer is always 1 kilometer. The Roads Ministry, if they really want Ghanaians to know that there are no shady deals, there is no corruption, they are getting Ghanaians value for money. Every infrastructure project begins with a statement of works or a work brief. Designs are made and a BOQ is preferred. Okay, the BOQ is the bill of quantities. So you are constructing a 1 kilometer road. It comes with drains. It comes with this. You excavate this much bad soil away. You bring this in. Everything is measured, weighed, and let them deliver the BOQs. Publish all the BOQs and the briefs on the contract, so that the average engineering student at KNUST or UCC or any university can take the BOQs and analyze and determine whether you are shortchanging us, whether it's value for money, and whether this single sourcing route you've gone on is the route you should have gone on. So if Agboja really wants to let Ghanaians know he's doing the right things, you just publish the BOQs. Let not anybody go to RTI to request for them. You publish them on your own, that you are serving Ghanaians, and this is the BOQs on the various projects. Then we will know whether you give us the right deal or not. But whilst we wait for the BOQs, let me remind you that Total Energies is giving you more. They have significantly reduced their lubricant prices. For instance, your favorite 4-liter Quartz 9000 SAE 5W40, which was 118 cedis, is now 107 cedis 50 pesos. Your 5-liter Quartz 9000 Future 0W20, which was 148 cedis, is now 134 cedis. And your 4-liter Rubia Fleet HD 415 W40, which was 80 cedis, is now 72 cedis 50 pesos. Go to any Total Energy station nationwide and enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolants at significantly lower prices. Remember, that balance can help you buy Davis Gobe for the rest of the year. So choose Total Energies, choose wisely.
Same thing, more inside. Fellow Ghanaians, listen up. You know your ideal milk. That same creamy and delicious milk you've loved since 19 Kojo. That's the one. But now guess what? Ghana's favorite milk now has more milk inside. Same kunko, same taste, same quality, just more to enjoy. Whether you are creaming your tea, your porridge, your cocoa, your ideal milk now goes even further with an extra 15 grams on your 150 grams. We are taking Sochi to the next level. Just pour and enjoy. This advert is FDA approved.
Taking Sochi to the next level.
More milk.
Anyway, if you have plans for the month, does it include a relaxing staycation, a romantic dinner, or, taking off experiences from your bucket list? The Bank of Africa Visa credit card is your perfect payment option. For shopping, reservations, getaways, etc. The Visa credit card from Bank of Africa offers convenience, flexible payment, and enhanced security with direct debits should you forget to repay. So choose affordability, choose comfort. Sign up for a Visa credit card with Bank of Africa today. For further information, call BOA on 0302 429 333 or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for enquiries, or visit boaghana.com for enquiries. T's and C's apply. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
So the Office of the Registrar of Companies is reminding all registered business owners, company directors and partners of incorporated partnerships to file their annual returns or renew their business names by Thursday, 30th April 2026. This notice is pursuant to Section 126 of the Companies Act, Section 81 of the Incorporated Partnerships Act, and Section 582 of the Business Names Act 1962. Companies whose approved financial year ends on 31st December are required to comply. Entities that fail to file shall be deemed non-compliant and liable to penalties in addition to filing fees. Business names not renewed shall lapse and may be removed from the register. The directive applies to private and public companies limited by shares, company limited by guarantee, external companies, and unlimited liability companies. Non-compliance attracts 25 penalty units per day and may result in being struck off the register. For inquiries, please contact 0308 249 841 or 0599 525774 or visit www.orc.gov.gh or email info@orc.gov.gh.
And you know Jonathan Syme, he's about the most popular insurance client in the whole eastern part of West Africa.
Every morning his name is on the radio.
Yes. Because he did the right thing.
Yes.
You know, he simply insured his car and now he's packing his bags for an ultimate football experience abroad, live at the stadium. And you could be next. Just buy or renew your motor insurance with Enterprise Insurance and stand a chance to win big, a sponsored ultimate football experience, fuel coupons, airtime, and branded souvenirs from now until May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
Kojo, I know you use Syntex tank, the tortoise tank.
Charlie.
So Ghana people, let's
have
talk
the different
water
colors.
tank.
One people.
Exactly. You know the secret to real water storage? It's simple. If your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's not the correct tank. That's right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather, whether rain or shine. Syntex tank has your back. So my people, go outside, check your tank, and if it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it is time to upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that is tough like a tortoise. Call 0244 335-168 to buy now or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough.
Indeed, a strong, a tough, and with Millennium Insurance, you don't have to worry whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance. We've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast and reliable. When life throws you surprises, Millennium makes sure you are ready. Call Millennium Insurance today on 050-141-8228 and insure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. And I'll always remind you, property insurance is really affordable and it's there for you. If you have a house, if you have any property, office building, a school, hospital, insure that property because you never know what's going to happen to you. But it's the premiums are very low, but the paybacks are really huge. So talk to Millennium Insurance today. A Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, I'll bring you the Sports Center, your birthday messages, and food for thought here on the Super Morning Show. But your messages are welcome on the show. 055-111-11997. Mina in Rome says, good morning, student Kojo. Please, nobody should make us believe that 30 people on the floor can cause the floor to collapse or the building to collapse or be a part of the collapse. We need to drill deeper into this building collapse, and that we'll do here on the show after this break.
Pow, make we step out small. Bonya Muda said the carnival for town, they start now.
Yeah, Mr. Desi, see my fiber, they fire off. Download, liquor, do streaming, they go on. Gaming, suit, no buffering. It's Bonya way, they more fiber.
Oh, wow, so you really no go come and pa.
MTN unlimited fiber. Internet day here, make a promote.
This Easter, put your home on MTN Unlimited Fiber Internet and make the fun day right where you are. Fast speed, pure fiber, truly unlimited. Visit my MTN app or dial *5057# to check fiber availability or to subscribe.
MTN.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcom gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Life is full of dreams and surprises. When the unexpected happens, SIC Insurance stands with you. For over 60 years, we've protected what matters most: your business, your home, your life. Call us toll free today on 0800 100 055 for your motor, fire, accident, travel and marine insurance policies. SIC, our promises are sacred.
Introducing Yomi Pina Colada and Peach, our newest addition to the Yomi family. Life is full of choices, so here are more Yomi flavors to spoil you for choice. Go on, choose great taste, choose nourishment, choose the new Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. And always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Yomi, a nourishing choice. Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. More quality products from Amigo Ghana Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
It's 7:36. You are still live on the Super Morning Show, and your birthday messages are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go,
you should get the digital banking license ASAP. MTN, Charlie. Network, papa.
Oh, yes, I did.
No, MTN, Charlie, proper network.
And also Bank of Africa Bank, the BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details.
So Kojo, a happy birthday anniversary to Habiba Idrisu Jinguna. She's a staff at Ashesi University. We wish her a happy birthday this morning.
Yes.
And hopefully she has a great day and a great week ahead.
And we'll bring you the rest of the birthday messages later here on the show. And it's now time for Sports Center, which is brought to you by MTN. Yes. Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go SIMless today. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. Yomi Yogurt, a nourishing choice, and DSTV, your home of entertainment.
So are you a woman entrepreneur with a bold vision ready to take your business to the next level? Well, this is your chance. Applications are now open for the Standard Chartered Foundation Women in Tech Accelerator, designed to equip women founders with the tools, networks, and capital readiness to support needed growth, sustainable, and impactful business. If you are selected, you will get expert-led training, inspiring masterclasses, one-on-one mentorship, and tailored coaching to help you sharpen your operations and become investor ready. So whether you are building in manufacturing, agribusiness, services, tech, climate smart enterprises, or even emerging innovation sectors, this opportunity is designed for you. And yes, women with disabilities are strongly encouraged to apply. It's more than just a program. It's a powerful community of women innovators breaking barriers and building scalable solutions. Don't miss out. Apply now at www.scwomenintech.com before Tuesday, 31st March 2026. The deadline is tomorrow. The Standard Foundation Women in Tech Accelerator, empowering women, enabling innovation, and accelerating growth. Apply today.
Apply today, indeed. And queuing for your wache, we accept it, but Charlie, we reject every form of queuing. If you like to queue for church, nobody likes to queue for. We just accept it because that's our reality, but we hate it, right? Now, if queuing was an Olympic sport, this man here actually will tell us that Ghana will be the gold winners. Yes. But one thing we can't accept is that queuing to swap your MTN SIM. You can swap your MTN SIM yourself in minutes. Visit the My MTN app or dial *133# to get this done. That's a *1333# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who'll be the last person. Just get the My MTN app and do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go. And it's time to celebrate Easter with Kitia and enjoy 25% off store-wide and up to 50% off selected items from the 1st of April. Visit Kitia at number 69 Spintex Road or follow Kitia Ghana on Instagram. We are open daily from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Achwe!
Are we losing 7-0 today? Should we bother watching
that
or
is
should
not
move
happening.
on? Should we sleep?
It's our country. In good or bad times, we support and we watch.
Not Otoado.
Except that coach Nelson Pamno.
Achwe!
Good morning, everyone, and welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Victor Achitamakle. Let's start with the Black Stars of Ghana, who are looking to make amends against Germany tonight in their second international friendly of the March international break. The Black Stars face Germany in Stuttgart after being humiliated 5-1 by Austria on Friday night in Vienna. The team concluded preparations last night at the Stuttgart Arena, but before that, head coach Otto Addo spoke to the press ahead of the game. Joy Sports editor Fentio Tahir Fentio was there.
Otto had a lot of things to say and a lot of questions to answer with regard to what he made of the game against Austria. Crucially, he also said that he thought the performance did not deserve that particular result.
I think that we had situations where we broke through, and we had like 2, 3, no, even 4 situations where we ran to the goal on the midline. If we are a little bit smart, sometimes a little bit lucky. I think for me, one situation was a penalty. The game could have turned differently. So the result was not as big as it actually was.
Now, another thing that Otto was asked about, obviously, is whether or not his job is under threat. He says his job is always under threat.
Always, even when we qualified for the World Cup, people were calling for me to step down. So it's always under threat. But if you, as a coach, think about these things, you won't get far. So I don't really care.
Now, this is probably the most standout moment of this press conference when Otto Addo was asked essentially what his style of football is, and he chose a culinary analogy to explain his style of football.
If I eat fufu, I use my hands, so I'll use a different tool. If I drink soup, I will use a spoon. So I'll always use that tool, which is for me and from my perspective the best efficient. And if I eat rice and meat, I will use a fork and a knife. So this is the same with the players. I'll look onto the opponent, what can harm them the most. And sometimes I need a tall striker, sometimes I need a fast striker. And so this is my style, see what harms the opponent the most. And these are the players who play.
The Germans, as you're aware, have a very recent history with the Black Stars, where Ghana have matched up to them, the last meeting being the 2-2 draw in the World Cup in 2014, and obviously before that a 1-0 defeat at the World Cup in 2010. But the last time the two teams played a friendly game was back in 1995. We call it the Bochum disaster. That did not end well. It ended in a 6-1 drubbing. Will there be repeat or revenge? We'll find out.
Fentio Tahiru from Stuttgart for Joy Sports. Well, some fans also share their views on tonight's game with Joy Sports.
I was very, very disappointed in, Coach Otto Addo. So, you can't play with Germany and Germany will give you 8 or 7 again. You get it. So you need to prove Ghanaians that you are equal to the task. You can do the job.
If only Benjamin Asari is given the chance to man the post. So if they can put Asari there, Asari can command the defense, and even if they can score us, I think the margin will be less. What I would say is that we should take politics out of the game and then play our ball, our normal football. And by so doing, Ghana can do something.
The Austria and Germany games are part of Ghana's build-up to the 2026 World Cup. Remember, the Black Stars will face Panama on June 17 at the BMO Field in Toronto, England on June 23 at the Gillette Stadium in Boston, and then Croatia on June 27 at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. With US President Donald Trump threatening to deploy ICE officers on the streets to tackle non-compliant immigrants, President John Mahama says funds will be mobilized from the United States to support the Black Stars.
Even though ICE is rampaging all over and many countries have been issued with visa bans, I'm sure that it's going to be difficult to get supporters here to come and share the team. But there are many Ghanaians here in the United States, and we're going to come and mobilize all of you to come to the game. And I'm sure that because of the historical link between Pennsylvania and Ghana and Lincoln University and our first president working here, we're going to have all Philadelphians cheering the Black Stars for victory.
We have live commentary of the Germany versus Ghana friendly on Hits 103.9 FM later. Tonight's game kicks off at 6:45. Now, speaking of the World Cup, Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest football events in the Canada, USA, and Mexico. Look, for $3,990 US, Litina Travels is facilitating your Canadian and US visa, getting you match tickets for the Black Stars group stage games. They'll put you on a return charter flights, top class hotel accommodation, and travel insurance. And that's why you've got to call them on 0244 260 789 or walk into their office at Alisa Hotel at Northridge and secure your spots on this once in a lifetime journey. Now to the Confederation of African Football now, and they've announced plans to expand the Africa Cup of Nations from 24 to 28 teams. The revelation was made following an executive committee meeting held in Cairo on Sunday. However, the exact format of the expanded tournament is yet to be outlined, and it remains unclear when the new structure will take effect, with the next edition scheduled to take place in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda between June and July 2027. Here's CAF President Patrice Motsepe.
The African Nations League Pan-African will be identical to the current AFCON. You will have every year a world-class competition on the African continent with the best players from the continent who play all over the world playing in Africa. In the past, they only came once every 2 years. So now they're going to come every year. And every 2 years, we will have what's called the African Nations League Pan-African, which is a replica of 24 nations, which we currently have. And every 4 years, we will have what you currently call the AFCON. And the difference there is that the AFCON will have 28 nations rather than the current 24.
That's CAF President Patrice Motsepe speaking there. The General Secretary of CAF has also resigned amid controversy over his retirement age. He is a 66-year-old who's been criticized for staying on as General Secretary past the organization's mandatory retirement age of 63. Nigeria's Samson Ademu has been appointed the interim General Secretary at CAF. Ghana Premier League next. And Hatzevuk, their chances of winning a first title in 5 years have suffered another setback after Sunday's 2-2 draw with Swede All Blacks at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Phobians were staring defeat in the face until second half goals from Mauliwayo and Frank Duku salvaged a point, leaving Hearts winless in 5 games and fourth with 43.6 away from the top. Here's their head coach, Didi Dramani.
I think that the most important thing is that we need to win games. And so it's worrying when we don't win games, especially when you are creating chances and then you are not converting. And more especially you have, players who are supposed to be scoring and then maybe they go 10 matches and then they don't even score one. It should be worrying.
The rivals Kumasi Asante Kotoko also played out a goalless draw with Aduana Stars in Doma. They have 43 points. Mediama SC have now pulled to the top of the league on 49 points after their 2-0 win over 11 Wonders, who are now relegated from the Ghana Premier League. So in the bottom half of the table, Brecum Chelsea are 16th on 32 points, followed by Hoho United on 30 points, and then 11 Wonders. They have got 10 points, and mathematically impossible for them to beats the drop. So that's the situation there. In tennis, Yannick Sinner beat Czech Jiří Lekeka 6-4, 6-4 in a rain-hit Miami Open final on Sunday to become the first man to complete the coveted Sunshine Double without dropping a set. Arina Sabalenka also beat hometown favourites Coco Gauff 6-2, 4-6, 6-3 in the women's final on Saturday to join an exclusive club by completing the coveted Sunshine Double in this year's competition. She's world number 1 and she reached the final without dropping a set. Won 73% of her first serve points and faced just 2 break points en route to victory in a rematch of last year's French Open final won by Gauff. Ending the Joy Sports Center.
Thank you so much, Achu, for bringing us the Sports Center. We are looking forward to the Ghana-Germany game tonight. Whether Ghana would win or not, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to. But that brings us to Food for Thought, and it's brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. And Uncle Ebo is here. Uncle, good morning.
Thank you to you.
Hello, Uncle, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Your voice is a bit faint this morning. Yes, but I can hear you now. How was your weekend? And how was weekend 1 for I don't?
No. Slow down. I said I was looking for you to say thank you to you.
Oh, over. Why? What have I done?
Oh, for the honor you showed me at where a certain place where we met.
Oh, but Offa, if I'm seated and Offa is not seated, by law, by decree, by the spirits, by the powers, by everything, I have to let Offa sit down.
No,
the impact you had on us. I was moved. I cannot sit whilst you stand.
I was moved. Kojo, thank you very much.
Over the thank you. We have accepted it, but please next time know that it is our responsibility to honor our elders. So we will always continue to honor you.
I hear you.
How was your weekend?
Thank you very much. Come again.
How was your weekend?
Oh, exciting! Yeah, exciting. That was this weekend is when we premiered I Do, I Don't, which I know you'll come and watch it later.
Yes. I'll see it within the Easter period. Last weekend I had to go to the farm, so I couldn't come. But I saw photos online of families and people who had come to see I Do, I Don't, and how excited they were and how happy they were.
Yes, I think we've been blessed with a good play. And we are very excited about it.
We thank God.
This Easter weekend, let your date be with us. You can join us from Good Friday right on to Easter Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have any excuse. You don't have any excuse to miss it. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th of April. You don't have an excuse.
That's right.
Yeah.
And let me say good morning to one of my sisters, Mrs. Susie Osam. That's the wife of Professor Osam, formerly of University of Ghana, Legon. Kojo, you know when you hear about these wars in other lands, you think that, oh, it's so far away. Come to find out that my sister was caught right in it in the bombing, when the bombing began.
Hey, the recent one?
Yes, she had just arrived in Doha when the bombing began.
Wow.
And her flight was cancelled. So her flight out of Doha was cancelled. And she was trapped in Doha.
Wow.
But we are grateful that somehow she's managed to make it back to Ghana. So she couldn't complete her journey. She was on her way to New Zealand. She had to abort that and return to Ghana. So Susie, thank God for your life. And for all those Ghanaians who are caught in this, we thank God that we have you back in Ghana. Kojo, this is the last presentation in my Ghana Month series for 2026. And this morning I bring you an unusual report that I stumbled upon. Never mind how I did. I'm going to share the contents with you and leave you to make of it what you will. Here we go. Memorandum. Topic. Report on fact-finding mission to Ghana from Angel on Special Duties to the Lord God Almighty, the Father. Father, you sent me on a mission to study what you call your special people and your special nation. I have finished the assignment, and I can fully understand why you call Ghana your special nation and the people of Ghana your special people. The land is blessed, and so are the people. Father dear, I came back puzzled and confused. What is it that makes human beings fail to see their blessings? I ask because these people are blessed, and yet they act and live as if they have no blessings. And it is so bad that they refer to other countries as, quote, greener pastures, end quote. And they are willing to risk anything to escape the land you have so lavishly blessed them with. I found myself asking, what would it take for a blessed people to know they are blessed? And because they cannot see their blessedness, they don't mind destroying themselves and wasting their resources. In the process, they end up enriching other nations and other people. They steal from each other to give to other people. The money that can develop their land is lodged in banks in other lands, helping to develop those nations, whilst Ghana goes about begging for peanuts. It is so sad and heartbreaking. Several times I was tempted to ask you to withdraw their blessings to give to those who would appreciate them. Ghana is a small country, but you set it aside to be the trailblazer for other nations. Unfortunately, the nation other countries should have been looking up to has set a standard so low that they prefer to compare themselves only with those who are struggling. You set Ghana apart to be the first African country to attain first world status. But thanks to greed, indiscipline, and poor leadership at many levels, this has become a nation of missed opportunities and underachievement. Father, you said that where there is no vision, the people perish. The traffic jams in Ghana confirm the lack of vision. A trip that should take 20 minutes could easily take 40 minutes. A journey that should take an hour could easily take 5 hours. The inadequate facilities at the universities reflect a lack of vision. I listened to their discussions on various media, and it was obvious that no one was thinking of the Ghana of the future, the Ghana of even 2050. The land you blessed Ghanaians with began well and led Africa in many things and in many areas. That is no longer the case. They can boast of a lot of things in their past because they are living on past glories. So much so that they have no idea how much other countries have overtaken them. Ghanaians can boast that Ghana was the first country south of the Sahara to gain independence. Ghanaians can rightfully boast of being the first country to win the African Cup of Nations 4 times, with their last victory coming in 1982, 44 years ago. But other countries have overtaken this record, with Egypt winning it 7 times and Cameroon winning it 5 times. At the last tournament, Ghana could not even qualify to take part. And the story is not too different in other areas of Ghana's national life. The land of missed opportunities is one way to describe Ghana. Ghana's woes, unfortunately, are self-inflicted, and that is what makes this case so heartbreaking. Father, it was too painful to watch these blessed people destroying their nation and running to other countries as economic refugees. Everywhere you look in Ghana, you are hit by the painful and heartbreaking fact that it could be better. The infrastructure could be better. Health delivery could be better. Education could be better. The standard of living for Ghanaians could be better. Employment opportunities could be better. Housing could be better and affordable, and the list goes on and on. The people are capable and very intelligent. They can work hard if they want to. They can be disciplined if they want to. And when they live in other countries, they excel and shine. But once they return to Ghana, it is as if something turns in their minds and hearts, and they adopt the attitude of, quote, country broke, country no broke, we all day inside, end of quote. Love for nation is in desperate short supply in Ghana. The Ghanaian you meet working in Europe is very different from the same Ghanaian working in Ghana. Father, you need to intervene, or they will use the intelligence you gave them to destroy themselves and their destiny to be counted among the wealthy nations of the world. Father, I have been on several missions. I always know what needs to be done. But in the case of Ghana, I'm not sure. I do not know what needs to happen for Ghanaians to love their nation. I do not know what needs to happen for Ghanaians to love themselves and support each other. I do not know what needs to happen for Ghanaians to put a good name above riches. I do not know what needs to happen for Ghanaians to walk in the fear of God and dedicate themselves to honoring you. So, Father, I refer the case of Ghana back to you. Nothing is impossible with you. So, I remain hopeful and my team and I await your directions and your intervention. Signed, Angel on Special Duties and Assignments.
Over.
Yes, sir.
In fact, you mentioned the AFCON, that we're the first nation to have won it 4 times. You know, the last time Ghana won the AFCON, I wasn't born. Samuel Dami wasn't born. Winston wasn't born. All the people. No, the modern Winston wasn't born, but the Methuselah Winston was born.
That was 44 years ago.
Yes, all the people in this studio were not born.
44 years ago.
So me, I've not seen the AFCON trophy Philly before as a fan of the Black Stars.
Yes.
It's a problem.
And could you get this? This is a nation so blessed that a Ghanaian was playing and the captain of Germany was sitting on the bench.
But they ended up winning the World Cup.
Yep.
Yeah, and GB.
Oh, I didn't want to go there. Let's stay in Africa, right?
Yes, it will stay in Africa. But I hope that those listening to us, these things are getting you to think about how you can also be an agent of change and growth for our country. When you listen to these things, ask yourself the question, how can I change the narrative so that future generations will experience a better Ghana?
So that your children will see Ghana lift the AFCON.
Yeah. Ofa, thank you so much for this morning. That was Uncle Ibo White with Food for Thought, brought to you by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. If you were unable to see I Do, I Don't over the weekend, you have this coming weekend, Easter season, to see it with your family. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th of April 2026. Get your tickets. If you want to buy tickets in large quantities, 050-554-6010. Sponsors are Koba Wakana and Stanbic Bank. Communication partners M-Notify and Logistic Movers. Roman Productions. Be the difference. It's time for Business Minute, and it's brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services. Let me apologize for bringing it to you 2 minutes late. And Business Minute is brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert. Government is today expected to formally launch the sale of Earth 7-year bond for the investing public. Key among what will be done today is the proposed expected interest to be paid and possibly amount targeted. The Ghana Revenue Authority has moved to resolve with recent clearance challenges at the port that some agents were linking to the artificial intelligence system. And the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiam has given the firm assurance that policy rate review will be gradual to avoid being overtaken by inflationary pressures. The central bank earlier this month cut the policy rate by some 150 basis points to 14%. However, there are some businesses that are not satisfied as they push for more. But speaking in a post-monetary policy committee explanation, the governor said that they have to adopt a step-by-step approach. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert.
And Anointed Engineering. They are into sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. The sizes range from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at very competitive prices. And for every generator you buy, you'll enjoy 5-year warranty. And they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include, but not limited to, 24-hour emergency services, sale of spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice, sales of tower lights and rental. And you can locate them at East Legon at the 26th Boundary Road, close to the AH Hotel. The head office is at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic lights. They have 21 branches nationwide, so they've got you covered. Wherever you go in the country, you will find an Anointed Engineering Services branch. If you want to acquire skills, go to Anointed today. Learn how to be an auto mechanic, a generator and plant engineer, electrical and control systems engineer, solar installation engineer, and they have a lot of things to offer you. 80% hands-on training, 20% theory. Call them on 024-348-0334 and 024-642-3534. Anointed are the generator experts. This message says, Kojo, don't let anybody deceive you when it comes to the structural integrity of the building. The structure has been a death trap from the word go since the construction started some 10 years ago. This is my hood, so I follow the construction from the word go. Now, this morning we'll try to learn some more about structures and the things that could result in buildings collapsing. We also learn a bit about the law and how you, if you decide to build, can ensure that you get the right structure built for you without any safety issues. All coming up here on the Super Morning Show. Our big stories. We are following up on the Accra New Town building collapse. So far, 3 people have died, 20 people taken to the hospital. We are still trying to get some more information from this particular building collapse. This morning, I hope the Ghana Institution of Engineering possibly is preparing to release a statement and be a part of this conversation. The Engineering Council, I hope they are also sending their people to the site to also ascertain what happened. And the various policy leads, Ministry of Housing, I hope this is also going to, push you to do better for us. Ministry of Local Government, did this building have a permit? Did we have regular inspections? What was the structural design for the building? Were there any concerns that were seen by building inspectors from the local assembly? And were these concerns brought to the owner and the contractors? And were these concerns rectified? A lot of questions on our mind this morning here on the Super Morning Show. And how was your Sunday morning? Did the flooding affect you? Or you are safe from flooding? Did it worry you in any way? Share your flooding experience with us this morning. And if you have any concerns with flooding in your neighborhood you want us to highlight for the authorities to take action on, this is your platform, 055-1111-997. And we are also keeping our focus also on the sole sourcing, single sourcing related issues here on the show. These are big stories, and the big stories are brought to you by Telecel Connecting Energies, Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic Verse, do more, shine more, big up, and Pollard Insurance. We've got you covered. We are taking you back to the crash site, and this morning our colleague Adobia Asare is on the crash site to give us more updates from Accra New Town. Adobia, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Kojo. I'm fine. How about you?
I'm very well. Can you describe the scene at the crash site for us this morning?
Yes. Yesterday I had a tragic and unfortunate incident here at New Town, where one of the school buildings at New Town Experimental Basic collapsed on a number of worshippers. This morning, what is going on here is that the police and army are here, as well as NADMO officials and Ghana National Fire Service officials are also here. They have created a barricade preventing residents from coming to the area like they were here yesterday, and they're keeping things under control. Now, they tell me that everyone has been rescued from beneath. However, one resident I spoke to kind of believes that there may still be a number of people trapped underneath because and I think he did show me his house is right adjacent the site where the incident took place. Now, he says the number of people who come there to worship Sunday, it's not the number of people the officials are saying have been rescued, but then he has nothing to say. He's not an official, but I have that sound. I'm going to bring it to the office when I return. But it's a very interesting bit he was talking to me about, because that if one person coming to church on Sunday, sometimes comes as many as 4 children, 3 children, and the adults alone were more than 20. So if he's being told that 22 people have been rescued, he has his own doubts. Now, away from that, the MCA for this area did mention that he had gotten reports that the building was weak, and then he came with the members of the assembly to do a building integrity test. Before the results was brought to him, that didn't happen. Also, the NADMO director for the area told me that they have gone around the area. They have seen that 4 structures in this municipality alone are not fit for purpose. So they created their condo here, and then they taped the area, created a barricade, and gave warnings to the people not to use the building. But after a few days, they came back and realized that residents are still using the building. So because of this incident yesterday, it will serve as some sort of deterrence for them. And even if they'll still, out of negligence, want to stay there, they would use force to evacuate them to prevent such occurrences from happening again. Now, the update so far is that yes, 22 have been rescued. 3 have been confirmed that it's 2 females, 1 male. The 6 are at police hospital in critical condition, and 12 are 7. And then one of the girls who was rescued, parents took her to University of Ghana Medical Center. So these are the 3 hospitals treating the victims who have been rescued. So that's the update here so far. Especially the army are keeping things in check here. So you don't see residents at the site like they were yesterday. It's just NADMO officials, Ghana National Fire Service, a few policemen, and a lot of army men in this area. So everything is under control. They are trying every possible best to clear the rubble as much as they can, because students will have to return to school after some time. Because of the incidents today, the schools around have been closed. There's no teacher or students inside. So they're hoping to clear the area to make sure it's safe enough for students to return to school.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier that the MC told you that they were commissioning a structural integrity test on the building before it collapsed. Now, did he also tell you whether they are giving the church permission to continuously worship in the building, even when they thought it structurally wasn't sound enough?
Well, yes, that was the assembly member talking. That he said that when they came to see that the building was not fit for purpose, they did warn that people should not use the building. Apparently, the students, even during their exam period, use that building to do revision. They don't necessarily study there like active classroom activities, but they go there once in a while to have their personal studies. But after the warning came, the students were not really even using the building. So it was these worshippers who come there from time to time to have service. So yes, they were warned not to use the building because the test was ongoing, but unfortunately, they didn't really pay heed, and unfortunately it happened yesterday.
Thank you, Adobia. Let me get to Tony Asari. He's the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects and an experienced architect and builder. Tony, good morning. Welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Good morning, Kojo.
I'm on your personal blog, which you call Gong Beta, looking for all the articles you've written about building collapses. I remember that when the Melcom building collapsed over 14 years ago, you were one of the voices that consistently asked for policy change, asked for enforcement, asked for the right things to be done. Yeah. When the church collapsed in Achimbatabi, you followed that story consistently. Even last year, you know, the ANC shared collapse was...
That's right.
A year ago last week. Yeah. That's one of the things you also followed. Now, having listened to the various reports, Adobia's reports, the updates you've received, and the news stories on this new town structure, what are your thoughts?
Could you? I'm a very frustrated architect. It's even difficult to comment because we've done this over and over again. Condolences to the family that lost their loved ones. First and foremost, we need to ask ourselves why this keeps happening. Is it because we do not have competent workmen don't we have competent architects in this country? Don't we have competent structural engineers in this country? What is the assembly doing when it comes to development control and ensuring that quality control and quality assurance is achieved on all sites? Do the assemblies have the capacity to be able to do this? Do we have laws that ensures that every building is safe so that our people are protected? So I keep asking myself, why does this keep reoccurring?
Now let's look at this issue and analyze it as it is. So it's a skeletal structure which has been under construction for about 10 years. It is not done, but people use the structure for services. I've seen a lot of these buildings around the country, and these days you see even fuel stations with the structures they build, and you see churches worshiping within these spaces. So is it permissible that a building which has not been fully completed be used for such purposes?
First and foremost, before you can occupy a building, you need a certificate of habitation. If it happens that the building is being repurposed for something else, it means that the design parameters would have to be revisited. All these churches that are springing up and having services in their classrooms and all of that, is that space is granted to them by somebody before they're able to go there to organize their service. So, it is important that we look at our laws. I mean, I'm sure when it comes to occupational buildings and the building use, we do not lack too much when it comes to it if we are going to follow the law. I also want to be able to touch on the issue of churches. Because in our churches we do a lot of drumming and singing and the rhythm of buildings. These activities actually set buildings on resonance and even weakens it further. So we have raised this issue of even church buildings and the structure. How do we make it strong enough to be able to function properly? And it was one of the issues that we talked about when we raised the issue of the Achimba building that collapsed. A lot of our buildings do not meet standards, but we need to be able to investigate whether it is coming from materials, lack of competent workmanship, or basically because we do not, pay attention to quality control and quality assurance.
So what's the way forward here? For example, on materials, you've raised a concern about the quality of reinforcement, which is iron rods on the market, that
yes,
some companies are advertising some iron rods to be, say, 14 mm, but you actually check the actual dimensions of the iron rods and it's about 12.5 mm. But people are buying these under the guise of buying 14 mm iron rods to build. Whose responsibility is it to check the quality of materials, for example? You mentioned the quality of workmanship. Whose responsibility is it to check the quality of workmanship, for example? Should the Ghana National Fire Service carry out an audit of all public buildings and issue licenses for use or disuse of same?
When it comes to the quality of materials on the market, the responsibility rests with the Ghana Standards Authority. We have always complained about the capacity, whether the Ghana Standards Authority is able to check all these materials on the market, particularly when it comes to the reinforcement of the diameter of reinforcement and all of these things that we have on the market. A lot of engineers and architects have complained about it, and we are not getting any responses. We have also raised the issue that some of the reinforcement on our market is a bit too brittle and therefore may not meet the standards. These days, most of us design using high tensile steel. Now, how do we even check? It means that you need to be able to take your materials and visit the labs and verify whether the quality is good. So we have these issues that we need to discuss with the Ghana Standards Authority. When it comes to workmanship, that decision actually rests with the individual developer. And in fact, it's one of the issues that we have complained about when it comes to the building regulation. These days, the building regulation, when the new Act 2465 was passed, it gives the responsibility to construct to the developer and not to any technical expertise. So if the developer is picking somebody who is not competent, the law cannot actually play any role. So the Ghana Institute of Architects has complained about it, and we are trying to put together a paper to see how that portion of the LI can be amended. So if you pick up a mason from the roadside to do your construction, or a steel bender from the roadside to do your reinforcement, placement and all of that, there's nothing about the law that can do anything about it. So for that part, maybe what we can do together with the engineers and other institutions is to do public education and make sure that people gravitate towards using more professionals than quack workmen.
And would you advise that we have a policy to demolish buildings which have stalled for years? For example, this building, has been under construction for 10 years. You have the skeletal structure, the elements hit it year in, year out, and it's likely to reduce the structural integrity. And we have a lot of these buildings scattered around the country. Is it time that we looked at this structural, or they started demolishing some of them to prevent some of these disasters?
Well, we should only demolish when we can prove that the structural integrity is compromised. I mean, if a building is sitting there, usually the permit expires after 5 years. And as part of the re-permitting process, the Assembly demands a structural audit of the structure before a permit is a new permit is reissued. So demolition, it would be, I think, a blanket decision that may not be helpful. However, there are technical decisions that we must take. Are we taking them? Do we have the competent people to take them? I've raised this issue on many radio stations, that we have 261 assemblies. There are only 10 architects. I'm not sure they have more than 12, 20,
only 10
20
architects
structure.
for the 261
assemblies.
So who does the architectural bit of the technical work?
Exactly. So that is the point. The point is that somebody is playing a role that the person is not qualified to carry out. And it's something which we keep talking about. We raised this issue. We have raised this issue with the various MMDAs. We raised this when we went to the fora to discuss decentralization, policy of when it comes to the local assemblies and all of that. We've raised this issue. The assemblies have been given the power to carry out something. They have a legal mandate to make sure that there is development control. They manage our settlements and manage our various districts. However, they are not being pushed by law to make sure that they have the full complement of architects and engineers in the assemblies. And for some reason, we don't see that it is dangerous. I mean, for all the buildings that we have being put up, if you go to the assembly and there is no architect and there is no engineer, who then is supervising the building when they come round and write on your wall to stop work? So there is a problem. This country must take the safety of people, of its people seriously.
Indeed, this country must take the safety of its people seriously. Tony, what we'll do is that we will go to the site and also analyze what we see. And based on some of the information we get from the response agencies, we can have a deeper technical conversation on this particular issue and try to move for better policy implementation and policy change. Thank you so much for joining us this morning here on the Super Morning Show. It's 8:24. You heard me talking to Tony Asari. He is an architect and also the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects. It is the leading institution or the main institution set up by law to govern, train, and prepare architects and also lead policy when it comes to architecture in the country. He joined us to share his initial thoughts on the building collapse, and also give us perspectives on previous building collapses that we've seen in this country. But you know that your money deserves the safest home. With Telecel Cash, you are protected every step of the way. No risks, no worries, no long stories, just peace of mind. So dial star 110 hash or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Sende keke. And what if your bank helped you big up? Welcome to the Republic Verse, where your money, your business, and your dreams level up. You will own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. You grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions. And you run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth with investments and trust management. And pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Visa credit or debit cards. Whether you are starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. Call Republic Bank toll free on 0800 414 414. That is 0800 414 414, or WhatsApp 0546 414 414 right now and step into the Republic Verse. This is the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. And if you are looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollard Insurance has something special for you this 2026, and you would not want to miss out. Insure your car with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Existing customers get exclusive gifts when they renew, plus 247 free roadside assistance for everyone. So you are never stuck on the road. That's value you can trust. So call 0800 444 999. That is 0800 444 999. Visit any Hollard office or speak to your broker today. Men like you, Hollard Insurance, they've got you covered. I'll be reading your messages shortly here on the show, and your messages, social media messages on the SMS, brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, number 10 liver salt, a refreshing relief, and Provident Insurance with Provident Man. You are covered. I'll go for a quick break. When I return, there's a lot more here. We'll read your messages. We'll also get onto the phone lines and bring you more perspectives on the various issues here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Next, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash. And to the suppliers at my shop,
hello sir, Telecel Cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
There are several matches to bet on this weekend from the various European domestic leagues. I have carefully selected some picks to boost your winnings on Betway. Use my booking code BW46DC17CC. Bournemouth will welcome Manchester United for a Premier League Match Day 31 clash this evening. I predict a win or draw for Manchester United. Germany will give us a crucial clash in the Bundesliga's race for Champions League football when RB Leipzig host high-flying Hoffenheim. Both teams are likely to score. Arsenal and Manchester City will clash at Wembley Stadium in the EFL Cup final on Sunday, where both teams are likely to score in that particular encounter. For the rest of my picks, use my booking code BW 46D-C17CC. Get more rewards with Betway. Log on to betway.com.gh to place your bet. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Betway. Get way more.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat? I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Chale, imagine hitting the road with total peace of mind. That's the Asempa Super promo, packed with goodies from Imperial General Assurance. From January 1st to April 30, when you insure or renew your motor policy, you are not just protecting your car or yourself. You stand a chance to win instant rewards that make every drive feels like a celebration.
Here's what's waiting for you. Free fuel and EV charging coupons to keep you moving. Free vehicle diagnosis at accredited garages. A 1-year life insurance cover for extra protection and branded souvenirs, umbrellas, tissue boxes, and more.
Don't let this moment pass. Call 0577 667 436 to 8. Speak to your broker or visit any of our agents nationwide. Insure, drive, and win big with Imperial.
Follow us on social media for all updates. T's and C's apply.
Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection.
Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
In partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, Roverman Productions presents an unkillable classic, I Do, I Don't.
Hey, Abna, today you will show me who is not a lady, or I will slap you.
Abna, let her slap you.
Please put the gun away.
Listen, the day any of you lays a finger on my daughter, that day will be your last on this earth. If you are now learning to smoke weed, I am trying to quit the habit.
Shows on March 27th, 28th, and 29th, and April 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th at the National Theatre. Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m., and on Easter Monday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Rates: 300 Ghana cedis, 500 Ghana cedis for couples, and 225 Ghana cedis for holders of the loyalty card. Tickets are available via the Rover app. Call by short code *365*535# and at Joy FM, Airport Shell, Community 11 Shell, Dan Somon Shell, Batch on our total. Call 050-554-6010. Partners: Corba, Stanbic Bank, Waka Now, and M Notify. Roverman Production. Speed the difference.
Do you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. With sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices, you also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service service, rental and sale of tile lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 21 branches nationwide. Locate us at East Legon, 26 Boundary Road, close to the AH Hotel. Call us on 024-642-3534 or 024-348-0334. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
You won't believe where my students and I are coming from.
I can see the excitement on your face. Tell me where.
Safari Eco Park. They are making it so accessible for schools, offering an unforgettable experience where students learn in nature, connect with wildlife, and truly engage with their surroundings.
Wow, that sounds amazing. But I'm a bit concerned about the cost.
I thought the same at first, but it's actually very affordable. Through a collaboration between Multimedia Group and Safari World, it is just 100 Ghana cedis for primary schools and secondary schools, and 150 Ghana cedis for tertiary schools. This is from February all the way to the end of April.
Oh, that's reassuring. And it's not too far either.
Exactly. It's only an hour drive from Accra, so the trip is convenient and stress-free for both teachers and students.
I love that the children get to learn through experience, not just textbooks, and the teachers can go along and come back relaxed as well. I'm definitely going to recommend this to our school. It sounds like the perfect blend of fun and education.
It really is. It's the kind of experience students never forget.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
This is music from Praye. Title of the song is Jackets. And I don't know why Obeti selected this song, but the next conversation we are having is about the single sourcing and the sole sourcing related matters. And you know, this government, when they were in opposition, one of the things they talked about consistently was the fact that the then Akufo-Addo-led government was practically sole sourcing almost everything. And that they said when they came, they would ensure that everything is competitively done and transparently done. Now, the biggest infrastructure project that this government intends to do is the Big Push project. And what is becoming evident is that a lot of the projects within that Big Push project have been single sourced or sole sourced. We'll be using them, but we'll tell you what sole sourcing is and single sourcing is. Technically, it's single sourcing, basically. So the President Mohammed's government remove our jacket and our singlet and throw us out there after promising they will do better. That's why Obeti played that song. So we'll be having that conversation. Kobna Atabedu is with me in the studio. We will get Alhassan Suhini as well on the line, and Suleiman Abrahima, also Executive Director for the Media Foundation for West Africa, on the line to discuss the issues further. Last Saturday, they were all on the big issue, but we couldn't exhaust the issue. So we are going to continue that here on the Super Morning Show. On Newsfile, forgive me. And we are going to exhaust the conversations here this morning on the show. But before we get into the single sourcing issues and the Big Push related matters, let me read some of your messages. This one says, happy birthday to Jacob Fosuche, his first post ESQ birthday. The Director of Procurement at VRE made the lines for him in pleasant places this year. Now, this one says, the assembly does nothing. All you need to do is to go and pay. No system is working in this country. Kwame Npokwase reacting to the collapsed building at Accra New Town. Now, Sylvester Inoyarifa says, when the Gold Board brouhaha began, the CEO of Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, was quick to put out the criteria and justification leading to the selection of accredited companies for Tier 1 and Tier 2 operations. This brought about the needed transparency, which made nonsense to all the accusations that came. I suggest the Roads Minister and his deputy do same. Publish the BOQs and the contractors for each big push project, as well as the basis for their choice, and silence the accusers. This is Sylvester in Oyarifa speaking. Jones in La says, good morning, Kojo. In the past, when sole sourcing or single sourcing was the order of the day, you can all attest to the fact that the minister admitted 40% sole sourcing. We must also commend the minister for the transparent nature on the big push projects. Now, Mina in Rome again says, good morning, Kojo. Nobody should make us believe that 30 people on the floor can cause a collapse of a building or be a part of the collapse. There are a lot more structural issues to do with the collapse of the building. And this message says, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them by building anyhow. Therefore, sole sourcing is legal until we raise issues about value for money and conflict of interest on the contract. Sole sourcing doesn't amount to corruption. Best regards to Dr. Winfred Barr, HEFRA Registrar, and this is from Mustafa in Lower Manyakrobo. And this message says, good morning, Joy FM. There's a bridge around our beautiful community 20 area that urgently needs to be attended to. The area needs to be dredged because it's causing flooding. I'm referring to the bridge not far from the motorway along the Community 18 road. I believe it needs attention. These are some of your messages on the show. We'll read a lot more later on the show. But if your money is controlling you, now is the time to take charge. The EcoBank mobile app gives you the power to command your money to transact business across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. So download the EcoBank mobile app now on the App Store or Play Store and command your money. And command also means paying attention to details. EcoBank would never call or send you an SMS asking for your PIN, your OTP, your bank card, or your Ghana card details. When in doubt, call the EcoBank call center on 0800 003 225. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. And what if your family could access healthcare without worrying about immediate payments? Yes, the bank hospital is giving you the opportunity to get a family health wallet. It's a dedicated healthcare account that allows families to set aside funds in advance for their medical needs. And if you open a family health wallet with an initial deposit of 20,000 cedis, you enjoy 5% of hospital services plus complimentary eye and ENT screenings on your first visit. Now, the family health wallet is now available all year at the bank hospital. So call them on 053 100 8227 for more information. And start your year right with APSA. You have plans for the year. We are completing the first quarter of the year. Get into the next quarters with the Target Save account from APSA and plan towards specific goals. You earn interest on your savings. You get insurance cover to help protect what you are working towards. If it's a wedding, if it's that long-awaited vacation, if it's that building you want to build, talk to APSA today. Whatever your goal, APSA will help you make it happen. Open an APSA Target Save account today. Your story matters. APSA. And so, Kobna, good morning once again.
Good morning, Kojo.
I hope you are well.
God is good.
I listened to you attentively on Saturday on Newsfile with Samson and the team.
Yeah.
And one, you are bringing deeper technical perspective to the single sourcing matter. And then you are also bringing deeper technical perspective on the value for money bill. Because these two things are the hearts of our spend this year. Big push, we are spending billions on this. Value for money is also supposed to help us save money and get the right things done. So far, a lot of people are saying we need a BOQs for the big push project. You agree with them?
So you'd if you remember when Suleimana was doing the cost per kilometer analysis.
Yeah.
I mentioned to him that the devil is always in the detail.
Yeah.
There's a reason why when it comes to civil works, there are different types of contracts that are used in procurement. But when it comes to civil works in particular, we don't use lump sum contracts. We use either a unit rates contract where the scope is uncertain and there's a possibility of a lot of variations. You apply the unit rates contract mod type. But for civil works in particular, you want to define exactly what has to be done, how it has to be done, when it has to be done, and the likes. And so you use a bill of quantities, which will give you the scope of the works that has to be done, which will define the specification of the materials to be used, which will design the bill of materials that is going to be used, and then will price each of them. So you have the unit rate.
Yeah.
That way there's visibility and transparency, and there's clarity. And it is easier to manage variations as and when they happen. Because then, if something was not scoped into the project, but it turns out, for example, something that we usually do or don't do is to conduct geotechnical studies.
Yeah.
Geotechnical studies basically allows you to understand the structure of the soil on which you want to put a structure, so that if the structure is such that it can't bear the load, then it means you need to reinforce it.
Yep.
So the classic example during the MPP era was when they were comparing two interchanges. And I found it very absurd that people of such caliber were comparing apples and oranges. If you take the Ofanko interchange, for example, and you look at the Ofanko area, the structure of the soil is completely different
from the structure
of the soil at Circle. And I used to work for Ghana Vodafone. So in 2012, I joined in 2011. In 2012, when there was flooding, I lost all my stocks that I was holding in our former Ghana Telecom head office, because that place is sitting next to the Odo River, which basically means that the water table is high.
Yeah.
So just a little rainfall, the water table gets above ground level and floods the place. Now, if you want to put a heavy structure of this nature here, you have to go deep. You have to excavate all the clay, because the clay will make it unstable.
Yeah.
And get to the igneous rock part, which gives you a stable base. And then now you can put your concrete on it and put the right rebars to reinforce the strength before you can put a structure on it. So if you go back to the bill of quantities, you would see that the amount of money that was sunk in that interchange in Circle could itself have built a road somewhere.
Yeah.
But you need that reinforcement for that heavy structure sitting there to be able to sit on it. So whilst it gives you an idea that on an average basis, on a normal day, a kilometer of road should cost X, there are several other factors. Another example, if we decide to build a 50-kilometer road on the Nsawam Road and make the road, let's say, 10 lanes like the motorway, and we decide to do the same thing on the Eastern Corridor Road, they are not going to be the same, because on the Nsawam Road, there are people living there with structures already, and if you have to move them, you have to pay off all those people, and that cost must be captured as part of the project.
Yeah.
So the cost per kilometer of that road, even though technically the design of the road will be the same, the cost of the project will not be the same. So overall, if you are averaging it as cost per kilometer, that for Nsawam Road will be far higher than where it is in the middle of nowhere and you are not moving people about.
So if you are building a road in a forest area, for example, where there are no buildings, your main clearing activity will be to clear vegetation.
Yes.
And
based on the structure of the soil,
yeah,
it will determine whether you would have to go deeper and reinforce before you can put the material on
If
top.
you are building within the city, you'd have to demolish existing structures and dispose of them off.
Yes.
They all bear different costs.
Yes.
So once we have the bill of quantities, we'll be able to establish what
is within scope and what is outside of scope. Because again, on Saturday, on the Deputy Minister's own admission, he stated that the engineers recommended that all the capacity building gaps they have and all the infrastructural improvements they have, gaps they have and all that can be built into the project. excuse me, Ghana used to have what we call the Ghana accounting standards. But Ghana signed up to the International Accounting Standards, IFRS. And IFRS gives us standards for treating transactions, recording and treating transactions. You cannot take the maintenance bill of an organization and put it inside a project. So on that admission, two things have happened. The Public Financial Management Act has been violated, and the Internal Audit Act itself has been violated. Because you see, what has happened is that when they buy cars inside projects, those cars are not assets that the organization bought through its procurement system. It will not go on sit on its books, so you won't find those cars on its fixed asset register. So what happens to those cars when the project ends?
And almost every project gets cars bought for them.
Thank you very much.
If you look, you are driving within the city and you see these Land Cruisers branded with Eastern Corridor Road projects, project,
from
that
a
project.
Project accounting perspective, when you are scoping the finance for the project, you can scope that we, as part of the package, we have to buy cars, but you have to treat those cars as a lot out of the package. So if you get the funding, $100 million from World Bank, we know that $20 million is for vehicles, for project management and project supervision and consultants and all that. You have to isolate the part for the consultants as a lot. And the Act 663 says you would have to go through the motions for selecting consultants. And for selecting consultants, you don't do the same single sourcing where you go and hide in your bedroom and call people and share the work to them like the way MPP did the for J1.
Let me bring in Suleimana Brahima, Executive Director for the Media Foundation for West Africa. Your team did this work and you published the story on the sole sourcing, for which reason we're having this conversation. Suleimana, so far, you've heard from the minister, you've heard from the deputy minister. In fact, over the weekend, the minister was actively tweeting on Twitter. One of his tweets says that this big push project master register is on the Ministry of Roads and Highways website. It has all projects across all three agencies in three categories: 139 projects, 54 main big push, 23 ongoing innovated projects, 62 new consolidated fund projects. Disregard any misinformation about a so-called contract that has been awarded at 120 million Ghana cedis, more than the actual price. Let me say categorically, the contract amount of Dodo Pepesun Kwanta remains 683 million Ghana cedis. The relentless efforts to scandalize will not change our commitment to improve the road network in our beloved country. Are you surprised about the pushback from the ministry? Suleimana.
Well, good morning and good morning to all our listeners. To answer your question directly about whether I'm surprised, I'm absolutely not surprised, because as you heard the Deputy Minister say on Saturday, perhaps based on the revelations, we could have called them hypocrites or persons with double standards. But in his view, not for us to describe what has been done as a scandal or a corruption scandal. And in fact, nobody has so far talked about corruption. So I think based on what is done, there is that maybe daydreaming on their part. If anybody at all has talked about corruption in relation to what we have done and what we put out, it is their own people. In fact, it is their people who told Ghanaians that one of the major ways the MPP was stealing from the people of Ghana was what is called sole sourcing. You know, it is they themselves, and in fact the minister, who told Ghanaians that one of the reasons why our governments are not able to build roads is because of sole sourcing, because it inflates contracts, road contracts. Indeed, the party itself, as a result of these concerns about sole sourcing, had promised in both the 2020 and 2024 manifesto that they would deal with the problem of sole sourcing. In fact, Honorable Kojo Akoto Boateng says categorically that when we come to power, we would cancel sole sourcing. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in his first State of the Nation's address, second State of the Nation's address, talks about the problem with sole sourcing. As a result, the current majority leader, addressing Parliament in this same month, tells Parliament that, and let it be known, and I'm quoting him, let it be known, quote, let it be known, the era of sole sourcing is dead, unquote. And so our mission was very simple. And I think that, as I said, I am not surprised that the minister will turn his Twitter account to be on 24-hour economy, because since Saturday, I think the account has been tweeting non-stop. And this is because they've been exposed big time. Because, first of all, our story was about the whole problem about sole sourcing. And they had told us that sole sourcing leads to stealing. I am not saying it. So if you tell me that a certain practice leads to stealing from the people, and you are perpetrating that practice, I should consider you an angel, because the other people who were there were human beings, you are angels. And so if you are doing the same thing that amounts to stealing from the people, we should be quiet. And so essentially, we were looking at, are these people doing the same things that they say amounts to stealing from our people? And as I keep emphasizing, we did not have data because we don't award road contracts. We don't supervise road contracts. The agency that supervises road contracts using the Ghanaian people's money is the Ministry of Roads. So we wrote to them and said, you have launched, or the government has launched, this great initiative called the Big Push, which is to help deal with our roads problem. We need you to give us the data on the contracts you have awarded so far, the dates on which you awarded them, the contractors to whom you have awarded these contracts, the contract sum, and the procurement method that you used. Initially, they refused our request. Based on the law, we are entitled to make an appeal. We made an appeal. Then they released the data to us. This is their own data. In their own data, they separated what they called ongoing projects. So in our analysis, we excluded that because we said we needed information on contracts that you have awarded. You, Kwame Agoja, under this current government, have awarded. So the data you have provided to us on the ongoing projects, which are dated 2022, 2023, 2024, we excluded that. And when we excluded that, we came to a total of 107. Then we said, let us look at the procurement method that they say when you use it, you are stealing from the people. And so we looked at that and realized that out of the 107, 81 of them were sole sourcing or single sourcing. And this is the procurement that they themselves had told Ghanaians that if you want to steal from the people, that is what you do. So we said, but how can this be happening? At the time when they promised that they will stop it in opposition, the president has repeated it several times. And in fact, in the last statement of the president, he says that a bill or a law is going to be introduced to ban sole sourcing. So quite clearly, this is a practice that the president himself is so much concerned about. Yeah. Now, when we published our information, based on whatever they gave us, it's not us. Now, to react to us and to pretend to be transparent with the people of Ghana, the minister rushed to Parliament to make a very long but hollow statement to Parliament. Subsequently, they then published what they claim or what they say is what the original new big push, which is the contracts that they have awarded, and the old big push, which is what they inherited, roles that they inherited and brought it to under big push.
Yeah.
We took our time to look again at what they have published. They themselves have published. Now, you see, when you rush to defend what is not justifiable, to defend what cannot be defended, in the end, your defense would further expose you. And the data they published on their website further even exposed them. Because you look at some of the contracts that they claim or they say were inherited, and then they indicate date of award, and date of award is 2025. How could you be inheriting a contract that is dated 2025 and you say it was a past project? You come to the one that they say is new big push, and you see projects that the award date there are 2024 or 2023. You ask yourself, how could Abuja sign a contract or award a contract in 2023 or 2024? Now, apart from that, what is very ridiculous is that after we exposed them on Newsfile about the fact that the contract awarded on Dodo Pepper Soup, the amount was in excess of the commitment authorization amount, and let me lay emphasis here. The data that they published on their website after we released our story indicated that the contract for Dodo Pepper Soup was in excess of 804 million. It is the same amount that was contained on the data that they released to us. Now, when that exposure was made, quickly they ran to the website and changed that figure from the 804 they had published
to
and they had given us
683 million
to now 683 or so. But you see, some of these things, when you do it, you further expose yourself, because we had downloaded what they had published on their website.
Yeah.
We had taken screenshots on what they have published on their website. But look, let us grant them the benefit of the doubt and say that, okay, what they gave to us, they made a mistake. What they published on their website, they made a mistake. So now they've gone to correct that. You see, the honest thing to do, and we need honest people to govern this country, the honest thing for them to have done would have been to acknowledge that in putting this data out there, including the one that we gave to the Media Foundation for West Africa, we made a mistake. But to prove to you who they are, they quickly and secretly went and edited that figure and now came and tweeted as though that was the figure that was there. The other point is that, you see, the whole conversation started with procurement method. And the sole sourcing method that they say, if a government is using it, what the government is doing is to steal from the people. So when they published that data of their new big push, the 54, that they later are editing figures, why didn't they include the procurement method, the type of procurement method that they used? Why didn't they include it? Because the whole conversation is about procurement method. Why did they exclude it? Again, it tells you the caliber of people that we are dealing with.
Now,
but the data that they had given to us includes the procurement method. So we analyzed those 54 that they had published. And guess what? 47 of them were sole sourced. 47 out of the 54 were sole sourced. So when we even did our analysis and said it was 76%, their own data shoots it to 87%. But let me just conclude on this part with going back to Dodo Pepper Soup. They are quick to change the figure in order to deceive the people of Ghana. But what they are not responding to is the expose that contract was awarded to a company that was incorporated in 2025, only last year. And in the road sector, there are classifications of contractors.
Yeah.
The contractors are classed. You cannot just set up a company today and then go and say, oh, I'll do an asphalt road. That contractor or company was registered last year. And you go, today, they are quick to go and edit. But let me tell you so that they'll go and edit again. Already we have downloaded the data. So if they go and edit, we will further expose them. Go and check the list of contractors in good standing as of February 2026, which is the data they have published. And check whether Growth 82 is part of the A1, B1 classified contractors. They are not there. So how were they qualified, or how did they award such a company incorporated last year, not A1, B1 company, for a contract worth hundreds of millions of cedis? The other point is even the cost. About I heard my good friend and brother Mr. Tobe to talk about the details being in the scope of work and so on and so forth. I've mentioned that we do have some contracts. Some of the contracts we deal with engineers. Some of these things we don't just sit here and do it. We come up with engineers for them to explain certain things to us. So if a road was constructed 25.9. Yes, we are talking about 2016. That's 10 years ago. The cost cannot be the same. Of course, the cost cannot be the same, but we are dealing with euros. If you award that contract at 25.9 million euros in 2016,
yeah,
and today that same road is being rehabilitated, more than double the cost, more than double the original cost. Then you are saying we should be quiet about it. And finally, you see, I said that when you try to defend things that are bad, you end up exposing yourself further. And I've told people who have contacted me, from friends within the party, I said, look, what your people are doing, they are even further digging themselves in the pit.
Yeah.
The data they gave us, the Pepeso was indicated as a contract that was awarded as restrictive tendering. Yesterday, in their desperation, they started releasing pages of that contract to their social media surrogates to push out and say, in order to establish that the figure is not the 804, which they gave us, which they published, which they've now changed, so that the 683 or whatever they are saying will be shown in the contract document. But guess what? In that revelation, then turns out that within those pages it is indicated that the contract was awarded on sole sourcing. So even the ones that they claim were restricted tendering, when they are now releasing pages of the contract, it shows that the contract will become active pending PPA's approval of sole sourcing. So well, I'm not surprised that the Deputy Minister says at best we can call them hypocrites.
Yeah.
Or we can call them people with double standards.
What's your next move now?
Corruption or whatever it is.
We've seen the issue with the data that has been provided, but then as a QS, for example, I can tell you that if we want to really analyze this, we need a bill of quantities. Are you going to follow up and request for the bill of quantities using the RTI provisions so that the ministry submits the bill of quantities for further analysis?
You see, first of all, the RTI request that we made, the other thing we asked for was copies of the contracts. Copies of the actual contract. So beyond you giving us a table indicating the contractor, contract name or project name, date of award, type of procurement, date of commencement, date of completion, and all of that, we also requested for the copies of the actual contracts. Now, they gave us only 3.
Okay.
They gave us only 3 of the real contract documents. And to be smart, They gave us 2 of them being restricted tendering and 1 sole sourcing, so that at least in our view, we would have seen that, even these 3 contracts they've given us, 2 of them is restricted tendering and only one.
What you have, Suleimana, does it have the schedules? So you requested for 3 things. You've been given some. What was given to you? Do you have the schedules?
It has everything. It's a full contract document, my brother.
Do you specifically also state that they should add the bill of quantities to the document for each project to the documents they submitted to you?
Well, I'm saying that the bill of the full contract that we have contains everything.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you have that.
Yes, the ones that they released, plus the others that we do have, it has all that.
Okay, so
that if I look at the costing and the what do we call it, whatever the scope of work and all those things that we are talking about is here, and that is why, for example, as I did indicate, you have a contract that is awarded and 30 million or so supposed to go to the maintenance of headquarters of whatever. Another contract, 5 million allocated for the same purpose. So if these are just 3 and 2 are what we are seeing, do we know what the remaining ones are? But you asked a valid question. When they responded to us, they told us that the other request, which is copies of the contracts, are being put together. And in fact, one of the agencies said within 15 days we would have it. So we are waiting to receive that. But as you do know, there is a court decision in the past that is clear that public contracts are things that the citizens are entitled to if they want to have it.
Yeah.
And so they can do all they want now, but eventually they will be compelled to produce the contracts and all Ghanaians will get to know. In trying to defend, they said they have awarded 400 competitive tendering projects. If they are quick to put out sole source contracts, and in order to deceive the people, they take out the sole sourcing component and publish that. Why are they not publishing the 400 ones that they have competitively awarded, which will actually vindicate them? Why are they not doing it? If you award, what do you call it, to a wheelbarrow contractor to fill a pothole somewhere, you say that is a project. Yesterday, on Saturday, when Samson asked Suhini that those 400 other projects that you say you've competitively awarded, what is the amount involved? He couldn't say it. He claimed on Newsfire that he has copies of the advertising of the 400 projects that were done in Daily Graphic and Ghanaian Times. But you see, they shouldn't worry. We have time. As I speak, we've commissioned people to do content analysis of Daily Graphic and Ghanaian Times from January 2025 to March ending this year, so that we'll see what are those projects that were advertised. If indeed they were advertised, we'll get to know who
what
and
I would
what
suggest
type of
we
projects
do
they were.
is that I'll come to your office today to see the documents that were given to you, and maybe with a little QS I learned from KNUST, I'll offer some more suggestions as to what we should do. And I think you should also write to the ministry again, stating specifically that you need the detailed BOQs for all the projects submitted to you. Once you have the BOQs, we can actually see the actual scope as designed, as measured, as costed, and as planned for execution, so that we can establish whether these contracts are over-designed, whether the costing is bloated, whether there are elements within the project that must not be there. And I'll give you an example. When the Fufusu Solar Road was being constructed, I think AFD or one of those agencies funded it, a French agency, AFD. It cost a little over $100 million. And so back then, when we did the analysis, it was a big issue. But for that project, they had included clinics and markets and everything into the project. So once we lifted that and we saw those details, we could wrap around our heads around the fact that a road was being built to open up that area, and if you are opening up that area, you would need markets, and those things were costed for. So let's get the actual bill of quantities and analyze every line. If they tell you that concrete C30 costs, say, 1 cedi per cubic meter on this project, you should be able to compare at the various places to see whether the concrete costs are
what ratio did they use?
Exactly. Formwork, every element. Okay. And I think the work you are doing is in the interest of the Republic. So maybe if we added that, we could actually drive the ministry to be a bit more accountable to us on the financing for these projects. Suleimana.
Kojo, that's really fantastic from you. Look, this work we are doing, it is not Media Foundation. Media Foundation is not being paid to do this work. Look, we have a government that says it is researching. It took over from a government that really messed up this country. Took us on a downward spiral. And Ghanaians voiced out, voted massively to change that system. What we all need to do is to help this country to progress. Kojo, you and I know that Ghana should not be where we are. Ghana should not be poor. The people who told us that soul suffering amounts to stealing from the people must not come and be doing the same things that they said was wrong. If we allow that and then have people for partisan reasons defend the absurd, including people that you would expect to know and do the right thing, today seeking to justify the award of a contract to a company that declared officially that it has one worker, simply because they'll go and take photos and say, oh, see, the company that they said has one worker, it has people working on the ground. Why? If you are building your house and you have assembled artisans there to work, are they your employees? If it were so, then anybody at all can be a contractor in this country. Why? Give me the contract and I will assemble people to come and do the work. The point is, Kojo, you went to tech, and those of us who have gone to university and other places, after you enter the university will do cross-check with WAEC to validate the results that you said you got. Now, if it turns out not to be the case, what happens? You are dismissed. Isn't it the case?
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Because there is a pre-qualification for entry. At that point, it is not about, oh, Kojo didn't have the grades, he faked his results, but is Kojo performing in the school? If Kojo is performing, why should they sack him? Or why should how did that company qualify? The other one with 4 contractors, 4 employees. How did that company qualify in the first place? Because like I'm saying, Kojo, if today they call you and say, come and take a road and do it, if you take it, you can mobilize the right people to go and do the work.
Yep.
Is that how we want to build this country?
These are fair questions, and we will see you later and see how we can advance this conversation, because the big push is taking a chunk of our budget, and you must ensure that the right thing is done in the interest of the Republic. Let me come back to Kobna in the studio. Suleimana, thank you so much for joining us. Kobna, so you've heard Suleimana. We started the conversation on the BOQs and everything. Your thoughts?
Okay. So, you see this Dodo Pepeso Road?
Yeah.
Sometimes politicians think that Ghanaians have a short memory. But I can take us back to the scandal of that same Dodo Pepeso.
The scandal of Dodo Pepeso.
In 2016. Where that contractor, who is purported to have built the wall in Burkina Faso around our embassy, which became a scandal, who's later on came to say thank you with a car. We haven't forgotten it. Now, that same contractor is the one who did the Dodo Pepeso in 2016. And when the president went to commission it, I remember his words clearly to Ghanaians. He called all contractors to come and look at the road he has done and to learn from him so that they can build good roads like that. Now, if that road is an asphalt road, Can the civil engineers come and tell us what the lifespan of an asphalt road is? I was a little boy when Carl Plotner, which later became CP, built the asphalt road we have on the Mochi Road, from that Kolebu Junction to Obechebi Roundabout. And they built it from Obechebi Roundabout to Malam Junction. That road is more than 40 years. It is still there. Even though it's gone above its lifespan. So now it is beginning to fall apart. But it is still there. I was a young boy when ABU, the Japanese contractor, built the road between Cape Coast and Takrady. And that portion of the road is still there. Except for when you get to the Shama area, where now the road has fallen apart. So, if somebody who was that good, that everybody should come and learn from, built a road in 2016, and by 2026, 10 years down the line, the road is such in a bad state that we have to do rehabilitation, and it is going to cost 2 times more in euro terms.
But you see, that's why I'm asking for the BOQs. Maybe this rehabilitation requires that we expand the road, because I use it all the time. It's not a dual carriage road. It's a single lane track up, single lane down. Maybe this time they want to expand it. I'm just saying maybe, because what
form and substance. If you are doing a rehabilitation, you are maintaining the existing infrastructure. Okay. That is why the Temamoto way is not a rehabilitation.
It's a full
new project altogether. And the Procurement Act says that if the scope of your work changes by more than 20%, it becomes a new contract. If it's the scope of works is less than 20%, that is where you treat it as a repeat purchase. And you go back to PPA on the basis of single sourcing and 41D to get approval to do a repeat purchase. So it cannot be. And number 2, when it comes to a new build, it means you are going to the base and build up. When you are doing a refurbishment or rehabilitation, you don't necessarily go to the base. It's the top soil or the top layer that you are removing and you are resurfacing.
I want to give Agboja and his ministry the benefit of the doubt that the scope of some of the projects have changed, the quality specifications have changed. For example, do the purpose, and I'm saying, I use it all the time. Maybe now they are going to put a 10-inch asphalt on the road instead of a 2 or 3-inch asphalt. So they should just put out the BOQs and the specifications.
Okay, let's see. Now you see, to their assigns who are doing a terrible job on social media, and some of them have come to attack me. What I want everybody to know is that I have been consistent in the studio during the NDC1 era. ABAJ and I were active crusaders in the studio. When MPP came and ABAJ was to sit in PPA and he started misbehaving, I pointed it out to him on our professional platform, and I told him that he will sink all of us. That investigation on him, they should check the videos. I did it with Manasseh. And almost every investigation Manasseh has done, the how do they call it, Oko Boys area, that road, Manette road. Yes, I did it with Manasseh. SML, I did it with him. Agenda 111, I did it with TV3. The journalist who used to be here, what's his name? He used to be in Joy News.
I don't.
No.
At TV3.
In TV3. He's there right now.
Akabli.
No. The fair guy.
Roland
Walker. Yes. Roland Walker came to do the video in my office. So I am apolitical, and everybody who knows me knows me. I don't care whose ox is God. If it is right, it is right. If it is wrong, it is wrong. They should go to their website and check. When Baumia did the zipline contract, I did a 25-page document and called it out that it's a scam. We were paying $88,000 a month for a location. It is on that document I published. A professor in University of Leipzig came down to Ghana to sit with me because of that. So I didn't start doing this today. And I don't do it because it is NDC. I do it because people who are in power and who have authority, who know the right thing to do, choose for whatever interests to do the wrong things, and they expect everybody to keep quiet. And as soon as you talk, they will label you. I'm sorry, I don't take such labels, and it doesn't bother me. If you don't want me to talk, don't do it, because if you do it, I'll say it. Now, all this nonsense has happened because one institution and the board has failed to do its job, and that is the board of the PPA. When Akufo-Addo appointed his board with Professor whatever, I wrote to him in 2021 and I told him his board was incompetent according to the act, because the act states the qualification that you use to appoint people. And on that board, they didn't meet the criteria. So I wrote to him. I sent a copy to the Council of State. I sent a copy to Parliament, to the Speaker. They should go and ask Speaker Babin if he didn't receive it. Because I know he received it and he minuted it to the majority leader at the time.
So there's a lot to do when it comes to this big push project. I'm getting some messages from some of our friends in industry, in the built environment, saying that putting the BOQs on air would not be professional. We should put the scope out. There are messages from listeners saying we should get the ministry to react to some of the things Sulemana is saying and some of the things Kobna is saying. In fact, our plan for today was to bring the minister to the studio to give further and better particulars to the issues, but something came up, the minister couldn't join. We also attempted to get the deputy minister to join us so that we get deeper into this. But this is what I would say. The Big Push project is going to cost us $10 billion. At least those are some of the numbers that have been put out. $10 billion at a rate of 10 cedi to the dollar is 100 billion Ghana cedis. Our economy, our GDP, we all know how much the state spends every year and how much the state receives. We all know that the Big Push is going to be transformational. I believe that in transforming an economy and in transforming infrastructure, the best way to do it is to do it right. And it's our taxes that is going to go in. It's our mineral resources and royalties that's going to go in. If the state will also borrow, we will pay for it. There are professional cases to be made, and there are sane, structural, public good arguments also to be made. And if it means the ministry putting out all the BOQs, we've got a lot of professional bodies in this country. We have the Ghana Institution of Engineers, Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Ghana Institute of Architects, the Procurement Association. We've got a lot of institutions that can also bring this.
Kojo, let me throw this challenge
and vet this properly so that we do the right thing.
Let me throw this challenge out. If the minister believes in transparency and he believes that there's no corruption and there's nothing wrong, they should bring all the bills of quantities,
the scopes,
all the
and the bills,
of the and the contract itself, because you see, you don't look at the scope of work is normally Schedule 1 of the contract. So the reason why I was asking Sulemana if he has all of it is because you can ask for the contract and they'll give you the terms and conditions. And inherent in the terms and conditions are onerous terms, which will create liabilities for the state. So they should bring the full contract document, which has the terms and conditions and all the schedules. I am sure we can put together a team of auditors and cost engineers. We will analyze every single contract and every single cost and come up with a counter bill of quantity that tells us whether we are getting value for money or not. That is the first one. Now, before we go off I want to stress that, Mr. President, please do not accent to the value for money bill. Please send it back. That bill was laid in Parliament in February. The bill was not made available to anybody until March 4th, when the bill became available. Then they published a notice requesting for memoranda. They gave a deadline of March 5th, which is 1 day. Now, if you release a bill and you give 24 hours for people to submit, when will they get time to scrutinize it? When would they get time to form teams to scrutinize it and send you the memoranda? My institute, after it was done, sent a memoranda. Nobody got in touch with them. So that is why there are so many fundamental errors. And I'll point out one, and it is directly at the legislators.
Quickly for me.
If you create a bill that seeks to amend another bill, what identity do you give to that amendment that is inside this bill? Because they have sought to amend the Public Financial Management Act. They have sought to amend the Internal Audit Agency Act. They have sought to amend the Public Procurement Act. Now, the Public Procurement Act has undergone 2 amendments, and they have their amendment identities. So this third amendment they have undertaken, what identity does it have? That's a flaw that Parliament should be responsible for. So he shouldn't accent it. He should send it back. They should come and do the consultations and get it. If it has to be done, get it done right. But in our professional opinion, we don't need it. Just allow PPA to be well resourced. Put the right people who can do the job there. And give them the resources to recruit the right people to sit in the due diligence office and do the value for money assessments.
Thank you, Kobna, for joining us this morning. And I'll say that for the first time in many years, we have a professional in the built environment managing the Ministry of Roads and Highways. And I want to trust that Abuja will release a lot of the information and clear his name, because he's had a great name so far. So he should release all the information we are demanding. Let's get to the bottom of everything and know that Ghana is getting real value for money. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, your messages and a lot more on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Joy 99.7 FM.
A year promise in a manifesto, the Reset Ghana Manifesto. Yeba amended the Public Procurement Act. Sa single source yeba chaso. Because it's been abused.
The Speaker will minimize sole source procurement to encourage competition, competitive bidding, and enhance public transparency in the procurement processes.
Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits.
The era of the sole source contract is dead. The value for money office bill is our sword against waste.
Morning Show.
The big Easter sales is happening now at CompuGhana, and it's bigger and better. From now till 12 April, shop any product from well-top brands like Samsung, LG, TCL, HP, Lenovo, Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Huawei, and many more, and enjoy up to 40% off. This Easter, CompuGhana is giving you more than big discounts. Shop any products worth 1,000 Ghana cedis and above, and instantly enter the Easter reward raffle draw to win amazing prizes like a 98-inch smart TV, laptop, mobile phones, and other prizes. Enjoy massive savings on TVs, smartphones, laptops, and home appliances across all CompuGhana branches nationwide. Visit any CompuGhana showroom today or shop online at www.compughana.com. Experience this Easter season the CompuGhana way. Call us on 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143 for inquiries. This promo is in partnership with NLA under the Caritas platform.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
One of the largest annual gatherings in the city of Accra is back.
is the Good Friday Miracle Service, a fun, vibrant, energy-filled supernatural encounter right in the heart of the city at the Independence Square with evangelist Doug Hayward Mills on Friday the 3rd of April at 3 p.m. sharp. Do you have an umbrella? Grab your best sunglasses and get ready to spend your Good Friday like never before. This is more than a gathering. It's a moment of power, a day of miracles, an atmosphere charged with faith, worship, and undeniable encounters with God. Come expectant, come ready, come with your friends, your family, and everyone you know on Good Friday, the 3rd of April at 3 p.m. Accra, are you ready? Because this Good Friday, something supernatural is about to happen. See you.
When nations rise, it begins with bold conversations. When economies grow, it is driven by partnership. This April, Ghana's business and policy leaders converge at the Kojo Business Forum 2026, the nation's premier platform for investment, enterprise, and economic transformation. With special guest of honor, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, joining captains of industry, financial institutions, investors, and entrepreneurs.
The Kojo Business Forum is more than just an event. It is a call to action. And so let us work together to build a Ghana that is competitive, productive, and inclusive, and a Ghana that creates opportunities for all.
Come, let's engage in high-level dialogue, explore industry exhibitions, build powerful networks, and unlock real opportunities from finance and insurance to manufacturing, agribusiness, SMEs, and innovation. This is where it all happens. From the 3rd to the 5th of April 2026 at the Kojo Convention Center in Praeso Hills. Go to www.kojobusinessforum.com and register now. To register for exhibitions, call 059 555 5885 or 059 555 5995. Kojo Business Forum. Connect, promote, grow.
In Ghana, planning ahead is something we grew up with. It's in the small things. Filling your barrels and buckets just in case the taps don't flow tomorrow. Parents buying school shoes 2 or 3 sizes too big so you can grow into them. Or wrapping your books carefully so that they can be passed down to the next child. It's how we've always looked out for the future. Quietly, thoughtfully, every day.
For 20 years, we've understood what Ghanaians have always known. Planning today secures tomorrow. It's the reason we provided life insurance solutions for every aspect of your future. Star Life didn't introduce planning ahead, we only made it better. Why? Because it's who you've always been. Star Life, your solid partner for life.
We are Star Life, your solid partner for life.
Maho sunna goji nibe yirim buana bibilim buana dabam buana kapoba buana kehem buana bayiri bie wadia e ahijie aturo ngmana aturo sa se ensaga anin bi buana nga wa bayiri bie yirim buana sangmunu wo
Chenagale beye, akole malen koye, chenagale beye. Akole malen koye, chenagale beye, akole malen koye, chenagale beye. Bayiri biye, wadiye ya hajiye, aturo mena, aturo sa. Say in Sakani Biji
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yirilambola Sa Maine Wo.
This is Samini Pibli on his latest album, The Originator, bringing us to 9:39 on the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. So far this morning, we've looked at the Accra New Town building crash. We've spoken to engineer Sam Chi, who is a structural engineer, to get perspectives. We spoke to Tony Asari, who is the president of the Ghana Institute of Architects, to get some further perspectives. We've spoken to the Ghana National Fire Service to get updates. 3 people have lost their lives, 20 taken to the hospital. And we also had a conversation with my colleague, Adubia Asari, who was on the site this morning to give us the latest updates on that particular crash. There's a lot more coming at News at 10 on the midday news, and later this evening on News Night as well, and a lot of updates also on My Joy Online. So if you missed any of those conversations, just go to My Joy Online and you'll get all the updates on that particular issue. This is also a song from Aquaboa. Title of the song is Same Same. It's his latest song, which is the World Cup song. I'll be playing that song for you as we go along this morning. But let me tell you that the China-Europe International Business School is offering world-class executive education for ambitious leaders and entrepreneurs. Its global EMBA, delivering unmatched global exposure, ranks number 2 globally, according to the Financial Times, and has remained in the top 2 for 8 consecutive years. Now, the full-time MBA, Shaping Future-Ready Professionals, is ranked number 1 in Asia for 10 years and number 8 globally. And the Advanced Management Program equips senior executives with strategic leadership capabilities, while the Owner-Director Program empowers business owners to scale sustainably. The Women Entrepreneurship Program, which is the Women Entrepreneurship and Leadership for Africa Program, supports female leaders and aspiring entrepreneurs to build strong systems and structures for their businesses. So join SEEPS today to gain global insights, practical skills, and a powerful network to accelerate your impact. For registration and inquiries, you call 0544 315 238 or visit seeps.edu/Africa for more information. If you need fuel, make the smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. With over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and a real value for money. This is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with the Star card, you can enjoy safe cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuels. Kwesi in Sakaman says, hello guys, as concerned citizens, what can we do about this 10 billion Ghana Cedi Big Push project and the issues? We all know something is not going right. We can do better. And what can we do aside complaining? This is Kwesi in Sakaman. Kwesi, you can also write to use the right TI route, the RTI route, to also get further information. You can write to your MP to ask questions in Parliament. You can do more than complaining. Now, the big Easter sales is happening now at CompuGhana, and it's bigger and better. From now till the 12th of April 2026, shop any product really, from world's top brands like Samsung, LG, TCL, HP, Lenovo, Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Huawei, and enjoy up to 40% off at the branches of CompuGhana. Yes, CompuGhana is giving you more than big discounts. Shop any product worth 1,000 cedis and above and instantly enter the Easter Reward Raffle draw to win amazing prizes like 98-inch smart TVs, laptops, mobile phones, and other prizes. You enjoy massive savings on TV, smartphones, laptops, and home appliances across all CompuGhana branches nationwide. So visit them today at their showroom or you shop online, CompuGhana.com. Experience this Easter season the CompuGhana way. You can call 0302 752 020 or WhatsApp 0243 143 143 for enquiries. This promo is in partnership with the NLA under the Caritas Lottery platform. I'll be sharing Akwabo's latest song titled Same Same, which I'm personally endorsing for the World Cup. I believe FIFA should pick up that song as the World Cup song. It's a beautiful one with a beautiful animation to boot. You can check it out online. I'll be playing that song very soon for you. But if you already have a valid US or Canadian visa, this message is for you. Advertisements Travels is offering specially curated ground packages for people who want to go for the 2026 World Cup. It's tailored specifically for travelers who already have visas. You enjoy structured accommodation options, match access support, transport coordination, and full on-ground support in the USA and Canada. From Boston to Toronto to Philadelphia, Advertisements Travels will handle the logistics, so you focus on the joy of the 2026 World Cup. Don't let your visa sit idle while history is being written. Call Advertisements Travels today on 059 550-0817 or 053-100-8550. Joy is here. Choose yours now.
We are two tiny bees making honey, painting beautiful colors in this black and white world. Come on and hear me out, my friend. You and I have so much together. There's nothing beautiful as you and I. So this song for us all to sing, cause we are. It's you and I, we can have some fun. It's you and I, let us celebrate.
You and I, we can have some fun, we can celebrate. The Kwawu Business Forum is bringing all of us together this Easter at Kwawu to connect, to promote, and to grow. It's happening at the Kwawu Convention Center in Atibie. If you've not registered, go to kwubusinessforum.com to register. And if you need spaces for exhibitions, call 059-555-5885 or 059-555-5995. From finance and insurance to manufacturing, agribusiness, SMEs, and innovation, this is where it all happens. Starting from the 3rd to the 5th of April 2026. And the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be there as a special guest of honor. This is sponsored by KGL Group, APSA, CBG, Republic Bank, Star Oil, Bauer Rock, GCB, Serene Insurance, CBG as well, UMB Bank, Fidelity Bank, Bank of Africa, Omni Basic Bank, ADB, Boss Energies, GRA, SNIT, X Natural Mineral Water, with EcoBank, NIB, NutriFoods Ghana, Casapreco, Imexco Ghana, and Virtual Security Africa as well. Media partners are Joy FM and Joy News.
It's you and I, we can have some fun.
You and I, we can have some fun. And what better way to buy your stuff online than to go to the Kingdom Store website, kingdomstoreonline.com. Whatever you need for your office and your homes, office essentials, equipment and furniture, Kingdom has them in stock and you can buy online. Go to kingdomstoreonline.com. They will arrange delivery to your homes and offices. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
The journey to the World Cup 2026 has begun. Over 200 people have already secured their 2026 World Cup experience with Advertisements Travels. Visa appointments are being secured. Match ticket processes are underway. The question is simple. Will you be watching from your living room or inside the stadium? From one match to 2 to 3 unforgettable moments. Here is your moment to be part of history. Because when the world gathers in USA and Canada, you don't want to say, I almost went. Call Advertisements Travels now on 059-550-0817 or 053-100-8550. Joy is here. Choose yours now.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kojo Akoto toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kojo Akoto toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kojo Akoto toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kojo Akoto toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kel, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Saswabo, sasso sasso, kume tonton preko. Sasso sasso, kume tonton preko. Edrana drami ne buseshe, ye hakesia ne malaria. Minya me kwa ne me sasso spray. Every mosquito start to run away. Oh, come on, tonton preko. Sasso, sasso, mi se come tonton preko. Oh, come on, tonton preko. Sasso, come tonton preko. Nani sham ne die, demo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
We may have different names, but our hearts beat just the same. We are one. You can't choose to be black or white if you want to, but the color of our blood remains the same. We are two tiny bees making honey, painting beautiful colors in this black and white world. Come on and hear me out, my friend. You and I have so much together. There's nothing beautiful as you and I. So this song for us all to sing, 'cause we are. It's you and I. We can have some fun. It's you and I. Let us celebrate. It's you and I. We can have some fun. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white. It doesn't matter whether you're in Zima or you're a Bono or you're a Dagomba. What matters is what we do together. With the breath we have, with the energy we have, and the blood that flows through us. We work together to advance the cause of Ghana. We work together to right the wrongs. We work together to drive growth. We are same, aren't we? And you are going to the World Cup. Ghana is going to win the World Cup. First side down, Honashe.
Let's love begin.
Wrapping up the show with your messages. This one is from Mike in Legon. He says the Ministry of Roads has guidelines for classification for each of the 4 classes of contractors. Our commentary should be based on the guidelines regarding financial capacity, equipment holding, personnel, experience of the firm in undertaking similar projects. This is Mike in Legon. Mike, thank you for your message. And we have some of your other messages as well.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
This message says that Sule's cost comparison of the Dodo Pepesu Road is out of place. The 2015 construction was tarring, whilst the 2026 work is asphalting, which costs much higher than tarring. Again, cost will not remain same after 10 years. I hope it's not out of mischief. This is Otu in Abeka. And this message says you should invite the minister to the studio to have a conversation about this particular issue and clear the air. We actually wish to do that. We've invited the minister, and we hope that this week he'll come so we have a conversation about this. You know, the last time he came here, we had a great conversation. Technical conversation. We will speak to the facts and clear the air on these issues. So don't worry. BB in North Cape, your messages, please. Can you invite the ministry to also explain things after allowing Sulemana to cast so much insinuations for the sake of fairness? comparing the cost of tarring the Dodo Pepesu Road and all. Okay, Bibi, we'll do that. Trust me, we'll do that. That's only fair to do, so we'll do that. Now, if you are queuing for watch it and you think it's normal, please, it's abnormal. Stop. Okay, let's demand better. Let's agree to disagree that queuing is not good. Queuing for church, queuing to sometimes even pay offertory at church, it is not good. If you want to swap your MTN SIM, you can do that yourself. You don't need to join any queues to swap your MTN SIM. Visit the My MTN app or dial *1333# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go. And if your travels demand more than just a room, if you value privacy, refinement, and world-class comfort, then your next destination is Peduase Springfield Lodge. It's nestled within the breathtaking landscape of Peduase on the Ebri Mountains, lies on one of Ghana's most exclusive luxury escapes. And I tell you, it's a great place to be for business, for hosting your international partners, for everything. It's discreet, it's secure, and it's exceptionally refined. So call them right now, 054-330-2768, 054-320-2768. You can treat yourself to their exquisite Ghanaian Sunday buffet set from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for only 200 Ghana cedis per head. Go hungry, leave delighted. And the NPA is cautioning all of us to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from over 10 vehicles. Again, do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos and pictures. Report to the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Service. They are trained to handle scenes like this. Or reach the NPA on 0302-550380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. And this Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority. Good Friday is almost here. Join Evangelist Doug Ehud Mills this year at the iconic Independence Square for the Good Friday Miracle Service. The date is this Friday, April 3rd, 2026 at 3 p.m. It's going to be an encounter to remember. Jesus still saves, He still heals, and Jesus still works miracles. And you are next in line. It's Good Friday Miracle Service with Doug Ehud Mills, April 3rd, 2026, 3 p.m. at the Independence Square. Don't miss it. Let's go and pray and be a part of the miracle service and get miracles performed in our lives. And this Easter we are going to Gomoa for the Gomoa Easter Carnival, starting on Thursday 2nd April all the way to Easter Monday. And there are a lot of activities happening at this year's Gomoa Easter Festival. For example, the grand opening and the food bazaar is featuring Kobna Kobno, Feriampon, Sakwami, Eugene, Samini, and more on day 2, which is Friday, 3rd of April. And the biggest street anthems are also going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. So bring your squad, bring your energy, because Gomoa Ekwam Chrome is about to shut down this Easter. Yes, at the Gomoa Easter Carnival. Don't just hear about it, experience it. Get ready and go along to experience this. And this is with the support of Hot Wave Phones, Ghana Tourism Authority, and powered by Joy Entertainment. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. It's been a good morning with you here on the Super Morning Show. Thank you for all your messages. Thank you for your time. We come again tomorrow from morning till 10 a.m. here on Joy 99.7 FM, also live on myjoyonline.com. The news at 10 is coming up. After that, Doreen will bring you Postmopolitan Mix. I'm always tempted to say Metropolitan Mix because I used to enjoy that on Love FM in Kumasi. Have a great day. God bless you. Keep listening to Joy FM. We are back tomorrow. And in all you do, put Ghana first. Enjoy the song once again. Same from